Hey, hi, hello. Good evening. uh, yeah, so I decided instead of just like starting at the start screen as I usually do, I would instead just like start up the game and kind of get in here beforehand because given that the past two times we're kind of plagued with some sort of weird controller disconnect, uh, constantly kick to the pause screen kind of issue. I figured I'd get that out of the way beforehand, and I managed to find a YouTube video that had the menu theme looping for like an hour, but it was actually an hour and a half, so it worked out. I didn't want to kind of change that part at least, right? Just want to get yourself settled in, but we're here now, right? As the old saying goes, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me thrice. Why haven't I changed anything yet? Seriously. Hey, hey! Hello, Molecular Shadow Fox. It is good to see you as always. How are you doing tonight? I hope you're staying warm. I hope the week has been good to you so far. I hope everyone's week has been good to them so far. We're halfway through. A little bit over halfway through, actually, like 60% technically, if you work a Monday to Friday job. But yeah, here is your midweek break, right? We're gonna jump back here into Forza Horizon for last week. We managed to get 2 championships under our belt. Another story done tonight. We'll probably do another story and then see how many more championships we can take. uh, we might be close to getting a road in the street, right? Pretty good, thanks. Been taking it easy today after a supermarket run at 6 this morning. Ooh, man. How am I? I am doing well. Things are warming up. It's actually above freezing for once, which after last week's like exceedingly bitterly cold climate, which I actually had to use my gloves lest my fingers become completely frozen. It was pretty wild. But yeah, actually took a brief walk outside just a little bit, and yeah, it's still cold. Obviously, you're still gonna need to put on a coat, bundle up a little bit, but at the very least, you can feel somewhat comfortable taking the brief walk out there, right? Even whether to do it as like a leisurely activity or if you need to run an errand, it was nice. Yeah, so long, cold snap. You can get a bit warmer now. Granted, we are kind of reaching the back end of winter, right? It's like February and most of March, and then we'll be hitting that spring, and then we'll get that glorious, very very brief period of temperate weather, and I will look forward to that. As much as I will miss winter fashions. I've said this already, but I like winter fashions. Even if I'm not much of a fan of winter weather, I like winter fashions. So I will put up with the weather if it means I can put on all of the cute wool and thick clothes and all that good stuff, right? Just damp and drizzly there. Ah, man. Say what you want about snow. At least, as long as you're moderately careful, you're not gonna get too wet out there. If it's just drizzling, like, yeah, something's gonna get soaked one way or another, right? Either your footwear is gonna get soaked, or your umbrella's gonna get soaked, or if you don't have good footwear and an umbrella, well, your everything's gonna get soaked, and you're gonna have to uh, dry yourself off and warm yourself up once you finally get back to your place or where you need to go, right? Kind of funny. We should talk about cold weather because it is the winter season right now in our simulated UK world here, right? So this period of races and stories is going to be an interesting one, and I was kind of thinking, if it's winter, I probably don't want to do world's fastest rentals. I feel like This is the kind of story that would probably be better suited for weather that better accommodates it. The car flies. This one might be fine for winter. Skill streak, I'm not so sure about that. We did that one, we did La Racer. Snow like that all over England. I call creative liberties here. You know, it's our artistic license, right? Sometimes you gotta fudge the details a little bit. If it makes for a more enriching gameplay experience, right? Oh, are those all the stories I have? Are the businesses like a different icon? Because I could probably do one of those, perhaps. You know what? Let me filter. Can I filter by that? Maybe we'll just do a business. Oh, nope. They're under the same banner. Alright. Or the same icon, I should say. I could have sworn there were like more. There's that taxi service, and I remember a delivery service also being part of the whole deal. Alright. Forget it. Let's do Top Gear. Let's just do that.
In 100 yards.
I'm guessing you've not unlocked the courier story business. It would appear I have not. Kind of weird. I wonder. I probably should have looked that up. Like, what prerequisite did I need to fulfill to unlock that stuff? That's the thing about force progression. It's like pretty splintered in that manner. Like, granted, most of it is intuitive, right? Like, yeah, do road races to unlock more road races. Do PR stunts to unlock more PR stunts. But then you get stuff like this, where it's like, oh, you might have to do certain things, more specific things, in order to get what you want, right? Now maybe I can figure it out. Right? There's probably a guide out there that'll let me know, hey, this is what you need to do to gain access to this. I'm sure this game is well documented. Yeah, documentation, man. According to this, level 90 and is 100k to buy. Oh, okay. So it's just like an overall progression kind of deal? Yeah, that makes sense, I guess. I'm like pretty sure I'm far away from level 90. Also, I should probably turn back all my icons. Give ourselves that icon blitz. Make this map look like a birthday cake. Alright.
In 400 yards, turn right. Turn right.
Hey, look, it's no, no, that's a salt truck actually. That's a salt truck. Maybe it's a combination salt truck and plow. Documentation. For games, at least, it seems like the way we kind of document and make guides for games has really changed. Remember back in the day, it was all about hitting up the game facts, right? You gotta go to game facts, type in the game you're looking for, and then look over that TXT document that will hopefully tell you what you wanted to. Hopefully you can find what you needed, right?
Turn right.
Oh, you call them gritters. I see. Interesting. Yeah, I learned something tonight. Very nice. But yeah, it's like these days, sure, you might still find like a web page or something like that, but most of the time they're like scattered across either wiki pages or like blogging sites that split off the info into like a billion different pieces, or videos. Just have like a big old 10-minute video of a guide, like how to get 3 stars on this event, right? Okay, let's start Top Gear, shall we? I guess as long as there's like something out there that I can just read and not have to watch, I'll be fine, right? I'll work with it. Sometimes you gotta adapt, as long as it doesn't go too far in a certain direction. Yeah. It makes sense, right? It's Top Gear. You gotta give the intro. BBC even. Oh man.
Tonight, the Stig drives some very fast farm
Ooh.
equipment. I hail a taxi, and finishing with something that I'm reliably informed is a bit of a fan favourite around here.
Talking about showcases. I have a special Top Gear showcase.
I'm
Oh,
Chris
snap.
Harris, and this is the Top Gear Horizon Special.
It's like an intro within an intro. Okay.
Yes, the Stig, our very own UFO, unidentified fast object, the world's least obedient racing driver.
Ooh. I remember having to go to the internet cafe to print off pages of action replay codes. Oh man. I remember printing off like the whole ass guide for Advance Wars. Just like the entire mission guide, just like get through that. That was sure a fun time. Eventually my parents cottoned on to what I was doing and said, hey, look, just keep the printer the stuff you really need to print, right? Like, you know, your school papers and stuff. I'm like, but I need the guide. I need to beat Advance Wars, and I'm not always going to be next to a computer to check the guide. They were one of those types of folks where they would balk, right? They would balk if I was on my GBA and looking at the computer at the same time. They'd be like, why don't you just concentrate on one thing?
Which rips to 8,000 RPM. Just listen to that.
Look at what I'm doing these days. I got this dual monitor setup. Got a video in the background while playing a video game or a podcast, or maybe I've got some music playing while I'm surfing the web, or a Discord call open while I'm doing some other business, right? That being said, I usually just keep myself to like 2 tasks simultaneously, because I know even then I have to focus on one task and I'll do the other kind of half-heartedly, so, you know.
And of course, because it's a Lotus, it sticks to the famous philosophy of the man who founded the company, Colin Chapman. Simplify then.
And buying Power Station magazine to get guides to my games. Oh my god! Magazines, man! I miss them. I miss them so much.
Just in case.
Right? Getting that monthly issue, just getting your monthly dose of the video gaming world. That was about as connected as we could get back in the day, right? Just poring over those pages and just being amazed about what's coming and what's to come, and what people thought about what was coming out that month. Of course, they all got very, very outpaced by the game sites, right? Wait. Oh, what? Did I miss the 3-star target? How far away was I? I'm gonna try that again. There were definitely spots where I could try to, you know, maybe do it better.
And this is the Top Gear Horizon Special.
Let's see, what was it? Minute 40. Wait.
Yes, the Stig.
Minute 40 to 3 minutes.
Unidentified fast object, the world's least obedient racing.
So if you really, really wanted to kill it, you're gonna have to work your butt off. But
right then, the Lotus Elise,
even if you take your time, they'll give you
engine in the middle, rear wheel drive,
bit of leniency
not an
there.
ounce of fat. This is what driving is all about.
Never forget when every magazine had Lara Croft on the cover. Oh man. Back when the standards of video game hotness was Lara Croft. Yeah. Subject of many a playground rumor.
But this isn't just any Elise.
It's like, oh
It's a
man,
Sport
did you know that
190,
there's a
tuned
code
up,
you can
stripped
use
out
to
Elise
change
for
Lara
track days.
Croft's
Even the passenger
outfit?
seat is an optional extra. But who needs friends
Yeah.
anyway? Friends are expensive and heavy.
And then the PC came around, and it turns out you don't need rumors of codes
It
anymore,
weighs
right?
well under 700
Just need
kilos and makes
mods.
190 horsepower from its 1.8-litre engine, which revs to 8,000 RPM. Just listen to that.
Yeah, one of the games I do plan on playing in the future at some point is like the Final Fantasy VII Remake series. That game has a good number of mods for it. A lot of them are like the costume swap mods. I was actually watching someone else play Final Fantasy VII Remake, and they modded Cloud. They modded Cloud to be wearing Tifa's outfit instead. It was glorious. Then they later changed it up so that Cloud was wearing the dress from that one.
And of course, because it's a Lotus, it sticks
side
to the famous
quest, right?
philosophy of the man who founded the
famous
company,
side quest that
Colin
kind
Chapman.
of got Cloud
Simplify
to
them
be known
and
as
likeness, he said. The sport
famous
reminds you
cross
also like the
dresser,
full roll cage, just in case.
as some certain circles are known as, right? I say yes, yes, yes! Worth it just to see my boy Sephiroth, oh yeah. All in glorious HD, right? Okay, so the whole deal is that the only requirement is that you have to stay above 90 miles per hour, right? I wonder how fast this car can go on off-road. Because if it can keep 90 on off-road and there's like a clearer shot
I'm Chris Harris, and this is the Top
that
Gear
way,
Horizon
maybe I
Special.
should do that instead.
Ah, yes, the stick.
Okay. Oh yeah. Wait. So if I just like did a hard 180 and then maybe took this route instead, would that be faster?
Our very own UFO, unidentified fast object, the world's least obedient racing driver.
First my foot. It's a bit ropey off-road with it being rear-wheel drive.
What on earth is the stick up to?
I imagine this car would be better suited for
Alright, it's not the fastest way around a corner, but it's definitely the most entertaining.
I imagine it is a bit more suitable for road driving, but
A serious slide there. Loving your work, Stiggy.
oh jeez, okay. we're gonna rewind that. There's no way I'm gonna be able to get back up to 90 within like 4 seconds. Just need to take this intersection a bit more slowly. So that GPS route they put out there has to be like a pre-programmed one, considering things aren't changing. Okay, let's make sure I'm going. Yeah, alright, then I just take a left at the next part and then just barrel my way towards the finish. Very sneaky, very, very sneaky. Oh, wait, nope, nope. A little too early.
Completely sideways now. Making it look easy too.
Ah, okay. Too far there. Man, I hate those moments, right? The moments where you're like looking at the GPS and there's like two roads close to each other, you have to determine like super quick which one the GPS wants you to turn on. I'm sure that's probably happened to anyone who's driven a lot.
The trick with drifting is to not
Right.
actually spin, but to almost spin for as long as possible. Well,
Yeah.
they did say to use the fastest route possible, and if there's one thing faster than a racing line, it's a straight line. You've got to hand it to the stick.
Okay.
Yes, that's it. The honourable art of drifting. Made
Guess
it.
I'm just
Was there ever any doubt? The series
assuming
is, after
that
all,
we're
one of
not
the
really
best
playing as
handling
ourselves,
cars
but
ever
as
made.
the Stig.
The Sport 190 is its hardcore cousin.
And
a
I've assumed the
road-going
Stig is
racer
like
you can
one of
drive to
those
work and across
identities
fields, it
that
turns out.
a lot of people
But if
could
it's
fill,
true
right?
agricultural
Like
transport you're after, we have just the thing.
Sushi X in the EGM days. If I remember correctly, it was like mostly one person, but several folks did kind of take that handle. Anyway, we're gonna move on. I feel like if I try to hammer out an optimal time there, we'll be here for a while. Oh, not somewhere in ad mode. Alright, spin the wheel. Oh, a melon shirt. Damn. I would not mind having one of those in real life. That would make for wonderful summer wear. Just pair that with like a t-shirt. Yeah, it would go pretty hard. Actually, it would be pretty sweet. And then soft, because, you know, watermelon are soft. If watermelon is hard, or at the very least, if the watermelon fruit inside is hard, then you should probably not worry about that. Ah, you can see me in the little sports car like that. Ah, that would be wonderful for like a tropical drive right there. Yeah, I would totally dig that. Was a big secret who the Stig was for years. I can imagine. The kind of thing where the mystery is the point, right? Once you kind of unmask the Stig, then
Ooh, a BMW
you know,
1M.
you kind of remove most of the appeal of the character,
That's
right?
my BMW 1M.
Crop top hoodie. That's a good one too. Park in the destination zone without
Seriously?
exceeding the
Not
damage
funny.
limit.
Who gave Stig the keys?
Okay, we gotta get there in 4 minutes. And now we have the damage meter, so we can't go off-road. Because, yeah, it's just smacking into that little fence there already
I mean, I
chunked off like a
literally
6 in
just
a year.
cleaned it. Now it's gonna smell of onions. Odor Stig. It's electronically restrained to 155 miles an hour, but it could definitely go quicker.
As long as I don't have to go, like, above 90 like in the previous task. Right, no, above 60 like in speed.
Turn left.
Yeah, crop top hoodie. And, of course, you gotta pair it with, like, shorts, right? Shorts or a mini skirt. Because, hey, if you're gonna kind of forego some fabric on the top, you might as well
That's the last time we leave Stig unattended.
double down on it, right?
Am I the only one who remembers Budapest? Well, this is
So I guess if you don't want to
watch.
commit to it too much, you could always wear, like, longer socks, right? I mean, that's its own separate appeal, you know? Oh, maybe I just got a good idea for an outfit. Had so many good ideas for outfits, man, but, you know, so much money, so much design space, and only so much time.
Does 0 to 60 in 4.8 seconds. My 1M. Stig's way beyond that now.
In 200 yards, turn left.
Yeah, classic femboy shorts and some thigh highs,
Turn
right?
left.
It's like the starter pack, right? The starter pack you just see like on the internet, right? It's like a pair of dolphin shorts, like the striped socks, and a blow-high shark from IKEA. Oh yeah, and the crop top hoodie. Optionally, you could swap the dolphin shorts with like a skirt with the white trim.
One of the best BMWs ever made, this. Born to be driven by me. Got to admit though, Stig does kind of suit it.
I think I have the durability to just barrel through the roundabout here. Yeah, I do. It actually wasn't that bad. Certainly not as bad as that wooden fence was. Like, it does make me wonder how they calculate damage. Like, I imagine speed is obviously a factor.
I was really getting into that. Just park it up now, Stig.
Oh god, I have to park. I forgot I have to park. I can't just barrel on through the finish. I gotta park. Alright, well, I got like 4 whole minutes. Oh, but that's only a target, it's not No, we still got the rated part to come. Guess I have to actually like reach 0 miles per hour.
Now,
there we go.
Anyone else want to go? No? Don't say I didn't ask.
You're already balking at the Stig driving your car, man. With some arm sleeves to match the thigh highs.
Back to
Oh,
the actual
yes,
script now,
yes.
if you don't mind.
Forgot about
This is
that.
Top Gear's Tractor. It's a tractor, obviously, but with a 5.7-litre Chevy V8 making 500 horsepower. And here comes the Stig again. Farm Stig. Born in a barn, they say. Weaned by pigs. Can plough a field in under 6 seconds.
Damn, that's pretty good.
There's a speed camera on the M68. Rumour has it
here we
it
go.
only flashes above 87.2 miles an hour. Our tractor has been officially clocked at 87.2 miles an hour, making it the world's fastest tractor. But I reckon it'll go even faster.
Yes, thanks to physics and video game programming, right? You know, I've grown to enjoy detached sleeves, right? I used to kind of make fun of them. It's like, man, who would want to wear a strip of fabric that you would probably have to, you know, secure rather tightly around the top part? But you know what? There's some appeal in that, right? Give yourself the comfort of sleeves with it while also
Steady on,
getting
Stig.
the
Loads of 54
show off
inch
maybe a
mud
bit
tyres,
of the
remember?
upper
They
arm
get a
and
bit
shoulders.
squishy through the corners. Nobody needs
That's
to
pretty
get the
cool.
harvest in that
And yeah,
quickly.
it goes really well with like, say, you know, long socks or leg warmers. If you color them both the same, or you give them like the same quality, right? Yeah, they can bring an outfit together nicely, right? Or you could just like imagine
Right, here
like
comes the big
loose
camera. Hope they put some film in it.
sleeves, right? Loose sleeves with like a more
Whoa! Have you ever seen
loose,
anything like it?
like
That's
skirt
a new
or pants
tractor
or something
speed
like
record
that.
and some impressively
Get
fast
yourself some
farming.
really good
If you
flow.
want to spread
Oh my god,
slowly in a hurry,
125.
you know what you need. Now though, it's time to hail a ride in something completely different.
Oh, we're gonna do a taxi. We're gonna do a taxi thing. Taxi's gonna be next. You like the ones that have gloves attached? Ah! I wanted... one of these days I'm gonna want an outfit that has like the really long gloves, right? The opera gloves that go beyond your elbow. I don't know, I just really dig those, and it adds a lot of class to an outfit, right? Just imagine pairing that with like a party dress or something. Oh man, really formal it up. Alright, Chapter 3. So the shenanigans, what we see here.
I
It
called
was
a
a
cab earlier.
taxi.
Local
Aisha's
company,
taxi, even.
Aisha's Taxis. Excellent
Wow.
service. Got me here in no time. Unsurprising, really. I mean, look at what turned up. Hands down, the quickest cab I've ever been in. Which got me thinking, how fast could this thing actually
This is another
go?
speed trap chapter.
So I had a word with Aisha. Asked if we could borrow her cab for a trip to the seaside. To Bamborough Beach, in fact, where we could stretch the taxi's legs a bit. Although, I might have forgotten to tell her who'd be driving. You've guessed it. The cabbie who'll always get you to your destination very early, but probably won't be anywhere near where you asked to go.
BD Joe?
Those tires must be worn
Nah,
now.
kid.
Surprised they're still in one piece, to be honest. Just goes to show you can slide almost anything if you know how. Even a taxi.
Jeez. Man, these guys went for that super giant style of, hey, you did something, well, the guy's probably gonna have something to remark about it.
Now that's what I call a cab. No
Well, Chris
flat-street
Harris
diesel
here
engine here.
really-
This is a V12 with
really,
over 750
got the
horsepower,
wit.
plus bucket seats.
Something
Speeded
to
bucket
say,
seats,
no
presumably.
matter what you're doing. Could bring back the old Hollywood style Vogue with those. Oh yeah, man. Get some of that early era fanciness going. Or I don't know, maybe
From now on,
I feel
say
like
all
long
cabs
gloves
should
would be
have
like
wide
pretty
bodies and flared
a
arches.
mark of like
Think
a
about it. More stability,
high
more
rank
speed,
sorcerer
more
kind
downforce,
of deal, right?
more room for your
You see
terrified
someone
passengers.
like going about wearing elbow length gloves, and you're like, oh, they must be really good at their craft. Right? Surely that's bad business just having the one taxi. Yeah, you're telling me. Kind of weird that it felt like Aisha only had like the one driver kind of going all around the UK, taking customers
It
places.
even has slick tyres for maximum grip on a bone-dry drag strip, so they should be interesting when we hit the beach.
Then again, I imagine this could be like a time skip, right? Maybe Top Gear came to Aisha's taxis like way later, and Aisha could readily give him a taxi because she has plenty of off-screen drivers handling other fares, right? That'll be my headcanon anyway. Sorry about that. It's okay. Aisha's taxis will cover the cost of your repairs
400 yards.
and the Horizon Festival.
Turn left.
They'll probably split the bill somehow.
Turn left.
Too bad I'm not a superstar yet. Or else that guy would have totally been like, "Oh man, I just got into a head-on collision with the Horizon Superstar. Oh, I am so blessed."
Turn left. In 400 yards, turn right.
Just not that guy who I picked up who was backseat driving. Ha. Yeah, screw that guy.
Turn right.
Mofo thinks
Turn left.
could outdo me. Could outdo technology. I mean, sure, there are some things where you still want that human
Good work
touch,
from the
but
stick there. I'd say we're
there are
nicely warmed
other
up for
things
the next bit.
where having a computer is handy, right?
So here we are then. In the old days, daredevils used smooth, sandy beaches like this to see how fast their cars could go.
Oh yeah.
Many early land speed records were set on beaches. Miles of space, nothing to hit. Sounds easy, right?
Or depending on where you are, you could also go to a nearby desert.
Oh, look at that. Laying some pretty squirmy tracks there, Stiggy. That's what happens with 750 horsepower on sand. But that's the challenge here. Go as fast as possible all the way to the top of the beach. The thing is, there's something I haven't told the Stig.
What? Did you replace the fuel in my tank with something else? Did you put a giant dummy at the end of the course? Is the time requirement
Speed record
actually...
rules say you must do 2 runs, one in each direction, before the...
I see. I was thinking that the time limit was like really generous.
Which means, Stiggy, pulling off the world's swiftest U-turn, which of course is when the handbrake comes in handy.
Handbrake. Oh yeah, that would have been a good technique. Yeah. Dry lake like the salt flats. Dude, way to bury the lead there with that 180 turn at the end. And, you know what? This was a pleasant twist, right? Considering most of these stories
A 5-star ride from the
you know,
Stig there.
are
Minicab,
fairly straightforward
maximum
affairs.
speed.
The one that just
Next time
like
I need a ride to the airport,
kind
I know who I'm
of
calling.
pulls the rug out
All
from
this
under you,
off-road action has given me an
and
idea.
I don't know. This feels like a very Top Gear thing to do. It's like, oh yeah, you're not done yet. Turn around. Did you forget how these things worked back in the day? I am the Stig T. I'm very close to getting that car. Alright, time for the next chapter. Are we on chapter 4? Lost count. Well, this is like a shorter story, so we'll be done a bit more quickly than usual.
This is Project EAT. That's EAT for E-Class All-Terrain. It's a modified Merc built by the Top Gear magazine team for finding bears in the woods. Not many bears around here, though. Mostly badgers. Still, there's definitely some terrain. Lots of it. All you need is a good sense of direction. Or not. Here's Stig again, looking lost. Terrified of maps, apparently. Inner compass points directly south.
Oh no, not your inner compass.
The EAT has a silky smooth V6 diesel.
Instinct, that's
It'll do
usually the one thing
155 miles an hour on the road.
you
but
want to
where
try
we're
to
going,
cross-track,
we won't
right?
need roads. First up, it's a trip to the top of Glen Rannoch, by any means necessary, and against the clock, naturally. But don't worry, it has knobbly tyres, and a roof rack for carrying extra knobbly tyres.
In
So I guess if
400
your
yards,
knobbly tires blow out, you
turn
can
left.
swap out the knobbly tires for other knobbly tires, huh?
Turn left.
Should be a challenge where you have to get a passenger to the destination without having them wearing their food and drink. You know, this reminds me of, I think it was like an old Initial D game. They had like a challenge that was actually based off one in the manga where they had like, what, the glass of water
Who says you
in
need
the
an
cup
SUV
holder,
to go off-road?
and you had
EAT
to
has
you had to
four-wheel
drive and
air
not spill any
suspension,
water,
lumps and
and they
bumps,
went
and
and
every obstacle.
translated that challenge to like the
Burial
Initial D
mounds, for
video game,
example.
where it's like pretty similar to that, right? That just reminded me of that, and I thought it was like a pretty unique one, even if it does end up just being like a mechanical thing in the gameplay sense. It was still pretty cool, right? This one took you a few goes to get 3 stars. Oh boy.
In 400 yards.
I get the feeling
sharp
that
left.
maybe I could just go off-road. Maybe I should have been doing that
That's some proper
beforehand.
hang time. Actual air suspension. Well,
Did
it is
say
a
knobbly
Mercedes
tires,
wagon,
so-
it's tough. And if you really want to smash stuff up, there's even a pickaxe in the back.
In 400 yards. Turn left.
I could just like get my
200
inner
yards.
road rash on, right?
It also has 340 horsepower,
Just
more torque
smack
than a
some
cruise
fences
ship,
and
and
trees
gets
as I
60 miles
race
an
by
hour in
'em.
just over 5 seconds.
Trick is getting off the mountain as fast as possible. Ha! There's another one of those. Yep, that is a checkpoint, and then surprise, you have another destination to reach. Once again, I was thinking that the 3-star target was a bit generous.
Now it's time to head way over there, to the very top of Arthur's Seat. But first, what goes up must come down.
Man, I'm gonna become the king. I just can't wait to be king. I had like a better understanding of how to get there as car and not go
Turn
for a
around
tumble
when
at
it is safe to do so.
the end of the jump. That would probably be much better at this.
Calculating route.
Or I could just like maybe go downhill real quick and then
In
just
100
beeline it.
yards.
Ah! And not go for a tumble.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Yeah, okay, if I like even hit that spot like a tiny bit, I go barrel.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Go a little wider, maybe. Yeah, there we go. Alright. 4 miles, and we have
400
2
yards.
minutes to get there.
Turn left.
This feels like the climax of a movie, right? It's like, oh no, the hero has some vital news or vital component needed to save the day. They gotta barrel across the countryside in the next 2 minutes or the world will end.
Even a portable espresso machine. Everything the intrepid explorer could ever need.
Man, heck of a vehicle. Probably infinitely more functional than anything that ever came out of Pimp My Ride. Boom! That's right, I took another go at that. Let's imagine the Jon Stewart thing, right? Where Jon Stewart would just like do the air punch and go boom, right, and something like that. Oh, I gotta get around this town. Okay, what if I went left? Yeah, there's a road that way. I should probably I'll follow that. Follow that for a bit.
Turn around.
One thing I wish the map would show, there's like, you're about to run into an impenetrable barrier. I guess it would be hard to tell, given the radar is like already minimalist. Yeah, well, PMR cars were all show and no go. Damn.
When it is safe to do so. Recalculating route.
I mean,
All
you're
right,
right,
all
though.
this
You're
adventure gets
absolutely
a
right.
tiny effect on the fuel efficiency. Good job the roof rack holds 2 cans of diesel, and there's another one in the back. Just don't confuse them with your drinking water.
Oh yeah. Definitely don't do that, because then you'll have to make a detour. And you'll definitely not hit the 3-star target that way. Matter of fact, I don't know if I will. Got 40 seconds to cover this last mile here. And I gotta go through the castle bit, too.
At the roundabout,
Actually,
take the first exit.
I think we could just, like, cut across here, right? Right, cut through that hill and...
On to the final stretch now. Just the small matter of getting up Arthur's seat. The clock's ticking, so better step on it, Stiggy.
At the roundabout,
Oh, right. I
take the
forgot.
first exit.
Forgot about the walls.
Turn around.
Forgot about the walls.
At the roundabout, take the first exit. In 200...
Okay, so it looks like there's a gap over there.
At the roundabout, take the first exit.
I don't care about the
In
roundabouts.
200 yards, turn left.
I don't think I'm gonna make it, y'all. Oh,
100 yards.
I was so
Turn
close. Alright. I think if I maybe started beelining it towards the mountain earlier, I might have had something. We'll try that. Alright, we'll just point ourselves wherever the mountain is, and then we can go that way, so... Oh. Straight ahead. Mostly... The road is fine until you, like, reach that point, and then you can kind of just break off from there.
EAT has a silky smooth V6 diesel.
Well, take
It'll
two.
do 155 miles an hour on the road, but where we're going, we won't need roads. First up, it's a trip to the top of Glen Rannoch, by any means necessary, and against the clock, naturally. But don't worry, it has knobbly tyres, and a roof rack for carrying extra knobbly tyres.
In 400 yards, turn
The
left.
route I took off the mountain was hit the main road at the bottom that'll take you straight to Edinburgh, cross that roundabout. Alright. Cross-reference the map. So I can get up to the mountain. Not now, snowplow! I mean, keep doing what you're doing, but...
SUV to go off-road. The EAT has 4-wheel drive and air suspension to smooth out lumps and bumps and everyday obstacles. Ancient burial mounds, for example.
So like around this part, right? This part where I should break off and just go straight. Go next.
Well, it is a Mercedes wagon, so it's tough. And if you really want to smash stuff up, there's even a pickaxe in the back. That's some proper hang time. Actual air suspension.
Just do like what the kids do with the mailboxes and the baseball bats. Well, don't actually do that. Let me go on record. Don't do that. Don't be a hooligan, right? If you want to cause some mayhem, fine, but don't make it
yards.
costly for other
Turn
bolts.
right.
That's all.
It also has 340
Unless they deserve
horsepower,
it,
more
but
torque
most
than
of
a
the time they
cruise ship,
probably don't.
and gets to 60 miles an hour in just over 5 seconds.
I'm pretty sure that was like the basis for a CSI episode. Like some guy who kept on getting their mailbox destroyed got pissed off enough that they eventually just like did the thing where they put a bunch of bricks inside the mailbox, and that eventually caused all the people driving
Now it's
that,
time to head way over
you
there,
know, all the
to the very
hooligans
top of
to
Arthur's seat. But first,
eventually perish
what
in
goes
a
up
car
must
accident.
come
So,
down.
yeah.
Turn around
Something,
when it is safe
was
to
it
do
worth
so.
it?
400 yards.
Of course, in that show's case, no, it wasn't.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
We're lucky here. We don't have post boxes at the front like you have there. Yeah.
200 yards. Turn right.
It can be a bit weird sometimes, especially when you gotta, you know, go out and retrieve the mail every day. But okay, main road at the bottom. Oh, okay. So yeah, go here, then into Edinburgh, and then take that route. All right. I see what you mean. So I definitely don't want to be following this road. I kind of just want to keep going straight until I hit this spot. Basically, just like follow the destination marker, and I'll
Turn around when it is
be in a
safe to do so.
good position.
It's full of home comforts, the EAT. Charges for almost anything you can charge.
Yeah, I've been to places where you just see like a whole bunch of mailboxes kind of clustered together into one spot. Especially for like convenience of the mail carrier, but
everything in the Intrepid
that must always be an interesting time, just like having to go all the way out there to get your mail.
ever need. It's full of home comforts, the EAT. Charges for
Especially when you
almost
consider
anything
places
can
like
charge.
those usually,
Cozy ambient lighting, even a portable espresso machine.
They usually,
Everything in
the people who live
Intrepid
there tend to
Explorer
skew
could
towards
ever
the
need.
older, so, man. Must be a trial and a half room, I imagine. Alright, here we go.
At the roundabout, take the
About-
first exit.
A little under 2 minutes. 2.5 miles to go.
In
See
400
how
yards,
this goes.
turn right.
You saw that a lot when you lived in Alabama.
All right.
Not surprised.
All these adventure kits have a tiny effect on the fuel efficiency. Good job the roof rack holds 2 cans of diesel, and there's another one in the back. Just
It's like-
don't confuse them with your drinking water.
The further you get from like the big cities, especially those in like the northeast, the more likely you're going to see like those kinds of rural styles of kind of like structures and layouts and everything like that, right? Oh yeah, and then novelty mailboxes like those in the shape of a cow. Those are always a fun time.
At the roundabout,
Okay.
take the first
Since
exit.
I have like 40 seconds, maybe I don't have to do my super sick
Onto the final
shortcut.
stretch now. Just the small matter of getting up Arthur's seat. The clock's ticking, so better step on it, Stiggy.
Just take the slightly longer way. Alright, we're good. I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be
200
fine.
yards, turn left.
Just forget about taking the path. Just take the scenic route up.
And there we
Oh
go.
yeah,
The
all
top
the
of
off-road
Arthur's
I can
seat.
eat.
No idea who
Oh
Arthur
man,
is, by the way.
the way the
Or
car
why his
stopped
seat's
right
so
at the
big.
top,
Nice
as it
view,
looks like in
though.
those car commercials where they stop at like the top of the mountain, and then you get your little brand and model descriptor. GG, thanks. Surprised I pulled it off. Thanks for that suggestion. I think that helped me a lot there. Hey, look at that. Now we have our own Mercedes E350D. Wait, is that the tractor? Can I get a tractor next? I'm looking forward to that. Oh, but we're in ad mode. Alright. How many chapters do we have left? Oh, that was the midway point. Okay, got 3 more. Oh! Oh man, alright. This is gonna be a point-spaced affair. 220 for 3 stars. So are we gonna go back to the quarry?
Now, I said we'd be driving some British classics, and you don't get more British than a car built in Birmingham designed by a man from Greece. Anyway, here it is, an original Mini Cooper S, an icon of 60s engineering. It was designed for cities, but this is the wide-body one, so we're going to need a bit more room. And I know just the place. Ready, Stick?
Probably the body shop that would
The Mini
be
is
doing
cleverly packaged,
business for if
capable
we
of
had it
carrying 4
unlocked.
people and their luggage. Hand luggage, presumably.
Haha. 9 whole minutes to get to the destination. It's also not the rated section, so makes sense. Ads are done. Welcome back from the ads. Another snowplow.
The Cooper S was the car to beat on the famous Monte Carlo rally. It pretty much wiped the floor with the competition.
Going pretty fast, I'll tell you. Fast for a tiny little car. Yeah, look at little pocket rocket go. I'm kind of surprised. Wow. God damn. We are
At the
Newman.
roundabout, take the 3rd exit.
Go right, got
The
it.
Cooper S was developed by a bloke called John Cooper, who also built F1 cars, so it had real racing pedigree.
That puts a lot of things into perspective. Bofo, who designed this Mini, also designed an F1 car. What?
And it wasn't just Monte Carlo either. The British Saloon Car Championship, the Thousand Lakes Rally, even the Australian Touring Car Championship. Almost any time the Mini turned up, it won.
Did it now.
Turn left. In 400 yards,
Half a mile away.
turn right.
You miss having one little
Turn
go-karts for the
right.
road. I gotta admit, this little bit here makes me almost tempted to
Turn
want to
around when
go
it is
seek out a
safe to
Mini,
do so.
but I imagine they're probably out of my
And here
price
we are.
range.
Told you it was spacious.
I mean, the road was spacious.
We've got everything we need here. An airfield, the original rapid runabout, and the Stig. I'm looking forward to this.
I already spoiled myself on this. It's time to get points!
Look at that, laying down some rubber there. Not that it has much to lay. After all, tiny wheels mean tiny tires.
Ha. There's a lot of debris to sideswipe into, right? So, wow, this thing can drift. Oh, I could get some sick air too. Let's do that.
Now that's just showing off. What is it with minis and shipping containers? They sold nearly 5.5 million minis, but only this one could fly, apparently.
27K for one in real life.
Lovely work
I
there.
have to admit, that was, like,
Short-wheelbase, front-wheel drive.
cheaper than
It's
I was
really not an easy
expecting.
car to slide, this.
Huh. Although, it's like what Chris said. You're probably only gonna get like hand
This
luggage
little
in there,
Mini
so
punches well above its weight. It's literally unstoppable.
don't
Forget
take this
rallying,
car out
this
if
thing
you need to
was
do
made
like a
for
big
demolition
shopping
derbies.
trip or anything, I imagine. Or if you're gonna do a big shopping trip, don't bring passengers. Wait! What the hell did I hit? Why did my combo drop? God dang it. Alright, we're restarting. Certainly won't be able to make all those points back up that late in the run.
Look at that, laying down some rubber there. Not that it has much delay. After all, tiny wheels mean tiny tyres.
A good amount of the original debris is gone, so vintage might be a bit trickier to accumulate. It's fine as long as I keep smacking debris and drifting and just like alternating between that and throwing in a few air skills here and there. Should be fine, right? All I really need to do is just like build up enough of a combo to reach 220,000 points, so as long as I get that, I should be fine. Alright, we've hit the multiplier cap, so now what we need to do is get the other... Oh! What the crap did I hit? I was gonna say we need another 22,000 points, but...
Look at that! Laying down some rubber there. Not that it has much delay. After all, tiny wheels
you
mean
have
tiny
fewer
tyres.
debris to knock around. Alright. So I should probably just like stay away from that circle. Feels like that circle is just trouble waiting to happen. Yeah, I should probably try to throw a drift here and there as well.
Now that's just showing off. What is
Crap.
it with minis and shipping containers? They sold nearly 5.5 million minis.
The
But only this one
kryptonite
could fly,
circle.
apparently. Good work.
feel like
it might
it.
be mini on the outside, but it's maxi on the inside. One gets the world record for the most people
Here
crammed
I
inside
am,
one.
doing
I'll tell you,
everything
It's
I
27.
can. Going
Gymnasts.
on what I
No
am,
idea
pretending
they'll
that
get
I'm
one six.
Superman.
Yes,
I
that's
messed up
what the
those
mini's
lyrics,
all about.
but-
No wonder it was pretty much unbeatable. Maybe that's why its basic
lyrics
design
were.
lasted for over 40 years. See, the Mini wasn't just designed for nipping around town. It was also a proper racer and won the British Saloon Car Championship a whopping 5 times.
Wow, 5-time champion. That's pretty nuts. Guessing like trying to get a lot of awesome wreckage skills will probably help my case a lot too. So really, just like hang out near the road and like near the airstrip and should be able to get what I need. Man, this makes me miss the days of Horizon Australia, where if you needed like a really, really sick combo, all you had to do was just like go to the cornfields and just run around there for like a little while and you'd be able to get all the skill score you need. Cow. And getting 220,000 is going to be harder than I thought it would be. Really, I think this really is just about getting as many awesome wreckage skills as you can, because like the other place, you don't have many opportunities to do like side swipes and stuff.
Someone tell the Stig we're done now. It's time for a spot of sightseeing.
Oh, but okay, sure. You know what? I'll take it. I'm almost certain that didn't quite math out to over 220,000, but maybe I miscalculated something. Maybe I dropped another combo somewhere and didn't realize it. Not the car to drive in if you want to get in a full fursuit. Yeah, you know what? Makes sense. For someone like me who needs to pack like 4 bags to go to a con. Again, as they said, probably only fits like hand luggage at best, right? Hey, ATS Speed. It's a Cadillac. That's a name I haven't heard in a while. Really, my longest trip was like 14,000 feet. Oh, wait, where am I? Oh, a winter barn find.
Yeah, neither do I. But I've got another abandoned car rumor.
Yeah, of course it's in the frozen lake. the one season where you can kind of go on the frozen lake, they would put a barn find there. And you know what? I'm willing to bet it's like here or here. We'll get to that later, right? We'll get to that later. Hey, oh, they made a pickup version of the Mini. A Mini pickup. That sounds kind of funny, actually. Like, I got a truck. Oh, sick. What kind of truck did you get? I got a Mini truck.
Then, Edinburgh, where it's time for a spot of turbocharged tourism with this, the mighty Porsche GT2 RS.
Hey, Chris said Porsche.
Tour guide.
But I guess it makes sense considering he's like a car guy.
Allergic to tartan,
better say Porsche.
Absolutely petrified of bagpipes. Also, I've heard.
No. Well, I'm glad I'm not petrified of tartan. Or at the very least, not allergic to plaid.
In 400 yards, turn left.
Imagine if I had like an aversion to plaid that would severely limit the outfit options I could pick from. Like my default VTuber outfit would be a non-starter if that were the case.
Turn left.
What a car this is. 3.8 litre flat six, 2 turbos, 700
Might be just me,
horsepower,
but I've always
all
thought
wrapped
that
up in carbon
plaid
fibre with
patterns
wings,
and
stripes,
skirts
holes
always
and vents
tended
for
to pair
slotting in the air.
wonderfully together. You know, any kind of skirt too, right? Not just like your the knee-length
At
version.
the roundabout, take the first exit.
Those work out, but
Nippy little thing, isn't it? 0 to
like
60
a long
takes 2
skirt
points.
version, or like even fancier designs, and it all still comes out excellent.
7 seconds. Just the job for a bit of speedy sightseeing.
We're doing the Cliff Notes version of the Edinburgh tour. Yeah, red tartan skirt with a nice spiked belt. Get your punk on that way. Get some hardcore looking boots to go with it. Fingerless gloves. A nice worn t-shirt.
In 400 yards, turn right.
It might be street legal, but it's only a pair of fireproof underpants away from being a full-blown race.
Pair of fireproof pants away from being a full-blown racing car.
Turn right.
That's not a sentence you hear every day.
200 yards, turn right.
An impenetrable fence. All right, I guess I will be going around.
In 200 yards.
Oh yeah, ripped
turn
fishnets. How could I forget that? Yeah.
Right. Turn
Yeah,
right.
definitely ripped fishnets. Oh, I guess if you want to get real punk, you could have like a loose outer shirt and like
At the roundabout, take the
tank
second
top
exit.
to go with that.
It's a real masterpiece of engineering, this GT2 RS. The wheels are made from magnesium, the exhaust is titanium. It's exotic, savage, and utterly bonkers. I love it!
In
Finish it
100
off
yards,
a nice leather
turn
jacket.
left.
Yeah, there we go.
In 200 yards,
Outfit completed.
turn sharp right. Turn sharp right.
A lot of these destinations, aren't there?
It's limited to 211 miles an hour. Any faster and it would need special tyres. But with the stick behind the wheel, who knows?
Am I going to be able to reach 211?
Inch perfect
In this story?
there. It's wider than a regular 911, this GT2, and about 20 times more terrifying. Basically, the perfect device for nipping in and out of city traffic.
Really pretend you're like playing Spy Hunter. Where you can just like bob and weave through the vehicles like you're playing pole position.
In 200 yards, turn right.
Kinda makes me think of Poison's outfit from Final Fight. Ah, there's a good example of that.
At the roundabout, take the first exit.
Into the final stretch now. Note to Stig, remember to park properly at the end. And watch out for traffic wardens.
Park? You want me to park in 20 seconds? Yeah, they do want me to park, turns out. Let's see if I can do it in
Good work. Hard on
5?
those carbon ceramic brakes now. They could stop a locomotive dead
Nope,
in its
nope,
tracks.
nope. Ah, I forget that this game doesn't let you rewind. All right, screw it. I think we'll just move on. Just take our 320, 333. We have one more chapter for Top Gear, right? Let's see how they close things out. Oh, snap.
I told you we'd finish with a fan's favourite, and here it is. No, not the lorry.
Aw, really? I
Under
was
the
hoping I'd get to
tarp.
drive
You'll
that.
love it. But first we need to move it into position. Thankfully, we have our very own haulage expert, a trucker's trucker. No load too large. Yes, it's Big Rig Stig.
Oh, that's a good rhyme there.
Right, now take it easy, Stig. That's some expensive cargo you have back there. Costs as much as a house. And weighs about the same, too.
Let's see what this says. Oh. 2014 Playground Flatbed Stories. It's like a custom vehicle built for story segments. Oh yeah, tartan shirt with the bottom knotted. That's like country wear right there. At least in the US, that's like the outfit for like the country character, right?
Clues. It's all-wheel
It's like
drive,
crop top
but not
with
four-wheel
a flannel
drive.
that's been
It's a
tied up.
wagon, but you definitely don't need a horse to pull it.
Yeah, Wendy's, right.
In 200 yards, turn left.
It's
Turn
got
left.
layers. Literally layers. Wow. Okay. Great how that turn radius just managed to get me right into the tree, not like right beside it or clear away from it. No, just right into the tree. How do they do it? Or how do I do it? How do I smooth turn it enough to always go into a tree? How do I do that? Mind you, that truck has a turning circle in the battleship. That it does.
That's 5 tons of flatbed carrying 4 tons on its
This
back.
driving line is
Don't you
cute.
just hate
Thinks
getting
that
stuck
I can
behind a
actually
slow,
take it
lumbering old- Wait a
even if
minute.
I do
It's actually
obey
accelerating.
the speed
Up a hill.
suggestion.
I guess that's what 900 foot-pounds of torque does for you. That plus trucker Stig.
That plus not worrying about traffic laws. Wonder if they shipped that over to Mexico for Alejandro. Yeah, a couple of stories in 5 also had you
Almost there.
driving a
Just park it
truck.
up and we'll whip those covers off.
This is the kind of thing I wish they'd just let you drive normally, right? Even if it's like completely
Good job,
unviable
Big Rig
for
Stig.
regular
Suits
racing.
you, you know? Although,
Like
come
have
to
like
think of
the
it,
occasional
maybe pick up
dumb
some more
vehicle to
style,
drive, like
especially
the
one
tractor
we have
or a
in store.
truck, or well, you know. All right, what sorts of sick vehicle we get to drive?
I give you the Mercedes G63 AMG 6x6.
That's a Mercedes.
It's the ultimate off-roader. A
Holy
4-ton,
moly.
6-wheel sports utility truck. Basically, a G-Wagon with the back half of a pickup thrown in for free.
Just the wood paneling, the wood paneling in the goddamn flatbed.
5-litre twin-turbo V8.
What the actual
Usually it's limited
shit?
to 100 miles an hour, but not this one.
In 100
It's like this
yards,
weird
turn right.
clash of class and ruggedness.
Someone call air traffic control. I'm pretty sure
I kind of dig it though. I kind of dig it. It's even got like the raised parts over there. So if you wanted to transport people, you could totally do that. Just like tell them to grab onto the handles onto the side. You know, of course, drive carefully too. You'd so have this IRL if you had the money.
The 6x6
You know what?
turns mountains
Hey.
into motorways. Is there anything
It'll be
it can't
big for a fun conversation starter.
In 100 yards, turn left.
Problem is, it cost 600 grand to buy. You know what? I'm not surprised. And if you're gonna pay 600 bucks, 600,000 for something like this, you really want to take it off road? It's like you're practically throwing money down the drain, right? Or, you know, just letting it scrape on the side of the dirt road.
400 yards, turn left. Turn left.
It makes 536 horsepower and more than 760 newton meters of torque. With that speed limiter removed and with the stick behind the wheel, it'll do 125 miles an hour with a bit of a run-up.
Just imagine this truck just throwing off the weighted vest. It's like, I can go as fast as I
It's
want.
6x6. After all, it was originally made for the Australian Army. It's basically a tank with heated seats.
Oh. Suddenly its
200
design makes a
yards,
lot more
Turn
sense.
left.
Heated seats, though.
It can wade through a meter of water, this thing. Most cars need full scuba kit at that depth. Ridiculous.
In 200 yards, turn left. Turn left.
Yeah, I think I'll be able to make it right.
Top
Ta-da!
job there, Stig. Take some roll. No idea what Stig does with a Dale. Experimental dance.
I could get a lot of outfits
Yoga.
in the back of that.
Boss.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're gonna
Anyway,
roll up to the
I've
shopping
been
mall in
Chris
this
Harris.
baby.
Still am. And this has been the Top Gear Horizon Special.
And you know,
Thanks
if
for
the
coming.
flatbed wasn't enough, I can always put the rest in the back
Let's go see
seat.
what this Forza-thon live thing's all about.
Oh. Well, tell me how it is. Guess I need the rest of the stars if I want to get a piece of that action for myself. But for now, I will have to settle with orange and black trainers. Hey! Maybe I could get a Halloween outfit going.
I've got another opportunity for you.
Hey, yo!
How would you like to work with Alex on the festival upgrade service? It'll be fun, trust me.
Is that a business? Upgrade heroes, okay. But we're not gonna worry about that. Let's go over here.
Turn around.
Go
when
get
it is
that
safe
winter
to do
barn
so.
find. Might need an assistant to carry my shopping bags. An assistant, or 2, or 3. Might need several trips, too.
In 400 yards, turn left. Turn left.
Yeah, we're gonna hit up all the big name stores, Gucci, D&G, Macy's,
In 400 yards, turn right.
yeah, you know, those. Abercrombie,
Turn right.
Abercrombie and Fitch, yeah, yes, those two. I probably won't even need drone mode for this. I'm just gonna go on the lake here. Just gonna go to that island in the center over there. Right, just like check over here real quick.
Destination.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's a barn in there. Yeah, we just Just gonna go over here. Oh, hey, is that a building over there? Let's take a closer look at that, shall we? Oh my God, is that the barn? That's going to have our barn find? You don't say.
Okay, I'll cut across the frozen
Oh
lake
wow,
to you.
I forgot I
If I'm
gave
not
my
there in 10
character
minutes,
a
send the divers.
jacket. Good timing too, considering it's winter.
Look at that. A roof must have come down in the snow. Good thing it's a Range Rover. These things are invincible. Tell you what, if we get this fixed up before the winter's out, there's a lot of fun to be had.
Not sure as invincible is the word I'd use, but it certainly lasted a long
Now
time.
I'll have to figure out how to get it back to the garage. I do like a challenge.
At least I don't have to figure that out. Or as an alternative, have your entire outfits custom made for you. Hey. I do want to learn how to sew, right? Sew and tailor. I think that would be pretty sick, just like being able to kind of put together my own clothes, make my own styles, right? Have an outfit that's just all of me, made by me. That'd be pretty sick. Okay, there's nothing else there. Guess that makes sense. Every other board and collectible obtainable during any season. Barn find though, they gotta let you know something's there first. Alright, well, with that out of the way, let's do some road and street races, shall we? Where is the nearest one we can hit? Okay, I'm over here. Alright, let's do Wind Farm Rush. Huh. This one I did that one already. Maybe I didn't. Yeah, break out the embroidery machine. Break that out.
Turn around when it is safe to do
Get the
so.
sewing needle, maybe crocheting needles as well.
Recalculating route.
Of course, I'd probably have to start small, right? Or just like start with a pillow or a tote bag. Start small, work my way up. I probably need a bigger place too. I don't think my current place would be able to accommodate a sewing station and tons of fabric and other assorted materials you would need to make clothing. I could rock some homemade knitted sweaters.
400 yards.
I could make
Turn
my own
sharp
sweater
left.
dresses. That'd be rad. Just have to like make extra sure to not get it caught on like a hook or something
In
because
400 yards.
yeah.
Turn right.
Be like in all those
Turn
cartoons
right.
where the animal character just gets like a hair caught on like a hook or
400
something,
yards.
and all
Turn
winds,
left.
right? Like it's a big old connected ball of yarn. Suddenly, they're hairless and it's like right, something like that.
Turn left.
You haven't done sewing since textiles class in high school. I don't think I've done much in the way of like sewing or knitting since middle school, because that's when we had our like home economics class. I think the last thing actually I didn't knit. I wove it, right? We used like some sort of weaving tool, but I wove like a pot holder. I remember that. I'm pretty sure if I like went back to my old folks' place, I could still find it. I'm pretty sure they're still using it.
In 400 yards. Turn sharp right.
They did make those things to last, right? If you handcraft it, you could totally
200 yards,
ensure that it
turn
lasts.
sharp right. Turn sharp right. You
Alright.
have arrived at your destination.
Oh, like I said on Twitter and Blue Sky, I did get all the DLC cars, so we have a wider range of vehicles to pick from. So let's pick something unique for. Let's pick something new for these races, next few races. Yeah. Oh, I realized James Bond Edition was its own tab. Ah, all right. Save those for later. See, now I got decision paralysis in the other way. It's like I have too many cars and I can't pick just one. Picking Sunbeam. Oh yeah, this is gonna be good. Just driving out in the open winter air with an open roof car at night. This is gonna be so awesome, y'all. Ooh, it's one reason to switch up a car. You might see like a whole bunch of other different cars to do your photo ops deal, right? Takes me all my time just to thread a needle. Oh, yeah, that one can be tricky. That one can be very, very tricky, right? Even if you do all the tricks to try to get it in more easily, it's like sometimes you just have, you know, two left hands, and no matter how much you try, that thread just does not want to get in there all the way, right? You're like, oh yeah, it's gonna go in. Oh wait, no, it's fraying, and part of the fray is outside. Well, we'll try that again. Oh, now I gotta go twist the end. Oh, it's still not working. Okay, I guess I'll you know, put the end of the thread in water and then try to straighten it out and see if it goes in that way. Oh wait, it's still not working. Yeah. Getting started can be a task in of itself. I'm like, OMG, I need glasses. I think I needed glasses like when I was very, very early on, like elementary school. Unfortunately, like back then, I was like the really, really quiet kid and usually didn't speak up if I had problems. And I think there was like one class I was kind of like in the middle, and I was having a really hard time reading the board. I guess my teacher must have cottoned on that I was having trouble, because not too long after, my parents took me to like the glasses center and picked out a pair for me. So all's well that ends well in that case. Yeah, rimless glasses. Some fun stuff. Get a lot of glasses styles. Help a character look cute, right? I enjoy a good pair of half rims myself. I guess that's like the kind of style you would normally see with like anime characters, because, you know, anime eyes are really, really huge. So you would need to maybe do like half rims so that part of their eye doesn't get, you know, covered by the rims, right? It can still look intelligent and smart and maybe sinister at times too. Yeah, the ones you see in anime that sit on the lower nose. The mark of someone who's really, really into their area of expertise. Or is just like really old. They're like the type of person who has a mustache and no mouth, and whenever they're speaking, their mustache just like starts flapping, right? To indicate that they're speaking. That's the kind of character I'm thinking of. In. Well, I did pick a D-class car, so shouldn't be shocked that this race is a bit longer. But hey, it's a change of pace, right? Another wheel spin. What do I get? A pizzicato horn. I want the autumn check shirt, though. That one looks pretty sick. Ah, well. Okay. I could go downwards and hit these two races. I'd be close to a road race. Then I got like a zillion races in the city. Admittedly, we haven't been to the city all that much. Throughout this entire playthrough, we've been mostly around like this area and the west side of the map. So, yeah, let's go to Edinburgh. There's a ton of markers close by. Never understood why some characters always have their eyes closed. I'm looking at you, Brock from Pokemon. I have to admit that confuses me too. Like, I'm pretty sure TV Tropes has a page on that. I think they tried to draw some conclusions as to why certain characters do seem to have their eyes closed all the time. But sure, stylistically it helps distinguish some characters from others, but you know, practically it does not make much sense. I mean, we are talking about anime, so practicality should be thrown out the window, but still. It's funny to just note about, right? It's not like we're saying it's worse off of it. It's just it's funny when you get down into the nitty-gritty of it. But there was like one series that was like the back when the Bridge series were all the rage. There was one like Naruto the Bridge series where I think it was like Zabuza, right? One of the villains who has his mouth covered up. They depicted him as just a guy who talked entirely in muffles, right? You couldn't make heads or tails of what he was saying. And, you know, that was the joke, right? His mouth being as covered as it is made it really hard to speak clearly. Clearly enough that other people would understand, right? Which is doubly funny, because I think Kakashi, right, on the hero side, was another character who always has his mouth closed, and of course he spoke clearly, but, yeah. It's for the funnies, and I thought that was pretty funny. Yeah, it's still a good bit. Inconsistency is something that lets you set up a joke for later, right? It's like, hey, how come you can speak clearly through your face mask and I can't? Right? Something like that.
Range Rover ready for you down at the garage.
Wow, that was quick. But I'll get back to you on that. I have another race to do here. So like Kenny from South Park, exactly. Yeah, imagine Kenny from South Park, and that's what Bridge to Zabuza basically was. Let's go for this one, the Impala Super Sport. Yeah, muscle car in the snow. What could possibly go wrong? The monument whines. Where's that? Wins. Oh yeah! Oh yeah, this is gonna be great!
We're building this promo gallery for people who can't experience the festival firsthand. Currently, we are only using your photos. Nice work out there.
You know, I'm gonna need a heat pack after this is all done for all the carrying I'm doing for your festival fools. Throw that land barge about. Oh yeah. It's time to throw our weight around. Not too much though, cause you know we don't want to get out of control here, right? Ha! These mofos already causing mayhem in the streets here. Me included. Race might actually be a fairly quick one. Percentage meter is ticking up. Oh, okay. I got a break way earlier. Alright, take two. Yeah, we're doing. Oh, we almost did it. Maybe I shouldn't have tapped accelerate. Did it again. Got 70% of the race to go. Plenty of time to catch up to first place and take their spot. What? Oh yeah, I did miss a checkpoint. Alright, yeah. That's on me. That's on me. I was hoping I could get like a clean, kind of like a clean intersection transfer there, but maybe this will be the one. Yeah! Alright. What I gotta do is not screw up this final half, and if I do, just rewind, right? Wait, why is the rewind working? Is it because I'm going slow enough? Or is it because it's like not part of the story? No, there was that other one where I couldn't rewind. It was a race. Oh well. Maybe I should stop trying to make sense of this. Just appreciate the rewind if I get it. Blame those terrible drum brakes. Oh, I know what to blame now. Not today. Blocking your opponents, just as important as maintaining your speed around corners, and timing your brakes properly, and all that good stuff. Oh, right. Before I forget, happy Lunar New Year, everyone. Kind of fun that everything managed to line up like this, me streaming on the Lunar New Year holiday. We are now in the year of the snake. Hope everyone was able to get all the gifts they were looking for, and they had some good food, and wishing you all good health and good fortune. Yeah. Here's to a year, right? At least get through to the next year. That's as much as we can hope for, right? All right. Street race down. Wow, took me all the way out here, so I gotta work my way back in. Ooh, I cannot afford that castle. All right. Well, we'll do the road race since it's the next closest icon on the map. Is it me, or does that jacket look like the one I have in Motorfest? Well, the one in Motorfest had like a dragon design, so that was like cool. The one I have here is like the strawberry jacket, which is very much a fun jacket, right? Still useful, but definitely a different kind of mood, right? Different context I would put that on compared to the dragon jacket.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
You know, Motorfest really hasn't added like too much in the way of customization items, at least in unique customization items, right? Usual standard fare of tops, pants, jackets, maybe hats too.
In 400 yards, turn sharp right.
Well, like a wacky fun times outfit. You might not
Turn
find
around
it there.
when it is safe to do so.
Hey, yeah, I know character customization is like nothing like the Motorfest, but huh?
200 yards.
Oh, no,
Turn
that was
right.
already on the map. I was like, the story discovered. Wait, but maybe we'll do that one next week. Let's get ourselves a bit of taste of speed.
Turn right.
And I mean as like, you know, cars going fast kind of speed. Alright, let's do a city sprint. They automatically give us the rods and, what is it? Rods and customs category. Let's do this one. The custom double down S2 performance class. Yeah. Yeah, we're in the city, so we gotta go fast, right? Think of it like a soapbox derby on speed. Has anyone done a soapbox derby? I personally haven't, but I know of some friends who did. I guess it's like one of those things that's fun to do even in the modern days, right? Just like devise a vehicle that you know, can use the power of downward momentum to cross the finish line. I'm pretty sure that's like many a plot of like a kid sitcom too, right? The soapbox derby episode. We gotta build the sickest vehicle to beat our rivals for this episode, who are like absolute jerk faces and deserve to be knocked down a peg, right? Let's see how these things go. Never Before No looks fun on the Red Bull Soapbox Championships. I imagine it'd be pretty fun for someone who's like a budding engineer too. Yeah, it is fun seeing like what everyone's devised. They plan on tackling the course. I just need to catch up this. Alright, so I can't catch them on the straights, they're just gonna run away from me there, but perhaps I can get them around turns. Always something they have you do in scouts. Ah, you know, that does sound like a scout activity, doesn't it? I Yes, we're going to test your ingenuity in field improvisation. It's not soapbox derby, they probably do like a bridge building competition. You may have noticed I'm trying to figure out the right way to kind of go into the curve so I can drive this fella into the wall and then be on my way, while also not stopping myself. Hey, they're computer drivers. It's fine. Right? I'm not ruining anyone's day here except my own. I think the thing is I'm like approaching them too fast. I gotta slow them up so I can really just send them into the wall and then be on my way like that. Haha! Eat it. I rule, you drool. Haha. Back on the playground, baby. Racing against computer players, you just gotta be as pragmatic as possible, right? Something you do at recruitment team building, you have them build a bridge from cardboard boxes and stuff. Ah! Must be interesting. And you have plenty of materials nearby too, I imagine. Something you could put together pretty easily. Our bridge building contests, though, were like on a much smaller scale. Right, they didn't want us building like, you know, giant bridges. It was like the kind you could hold in like your arms, and they would stress test it. And of course, whichever bridge withstood the most stress won. Right, because it used to be like you would hang weights and stuff, but then like later on they changed it to like just have like a mechanical device you would kind of hook up on the bottom, and then you would slowly increase the tension on it, and that would give you like the representation of the amount of weight that would be like hung on the bridge otherwise. Yeah, 2,000 credits. Then I can hit up a convenience store and get myself snacks and chips. Hey, we're still in the city, so... Alright, why don't we hit up this road race here.
In 100 yards, turn right. In 100 yards, turn left.
Science, you had to create something that would keep an egg warm like an incubator from scratch. Huh.
You have arrived at your destination.
I think our experiments were like the classic, hey, build a contraption that will let an egg withstand a fall without breaking. Incubator, though. That sounds pretty neat, actually. That was the fun part about science for me, right? The days where it was like the lab days, right? The days where you would be able to break out the lab equipment and get to do funny stuff, right? Not too funny though, right? Because you are messing with dangerous materials there, and you could get into a lot of trouble if you effed around too much. Thy name is Bubble Wrap, yeah. Yep, we're gonna do rally cars, cause it is winter. It was always a good day when we broke out the Bunsen burners. Hell yeah. The one experiment I remember the most was just like putting different chemicals to the flame and then get to see it burn different colors and was like, ooh, chemical reactions. Fun time. Thankfully, no one in the science classes I was in were those joker types that tried to do anything dangerous. So imagine that would be a bummer for anyone who was, right? One person who just would not follow instructions, right? Oh, then the other fun part was like writing down our observations, because we got to use that carbon paper, right? The one that had like came in multiple sheets. You would write it down, and then you would be able to get the copies like right there, right, like just like underneath the original sheet. So you could keep a set of notes for yourself, and then turn in the other set of notes to the teacher. We had a mass evacuation one time. Some lads broke open some mercury thermometers. Oh god. Yeah. About the right response for that. It's the kind of thing you look back and go, why would they do that? But then you also remember, you know, kids don't exactly have their, I forget what they call the part specifically. It's the part of their brain that tells them that there are going to be consequences for their actions. Actually not fully developed, so that's why you see teenagers sometimes do really, really risky things. Most common thing was folk messing around with the gas taps. Oh god. Oh, jeez, man. Well, I hope if anyone ever got caught doing that, they properly got told off, because what the heck? What the actual heck? I mean, to a point, you can kind of get it, right? It's like, you know, most of the time you don't see the gas, so you don't perceive it to be a danger, but good lord, that is a danger of a high order there. Oh, man. I always get antsy whenever I hear something that sounds like a gas leak, because it's like, oh, geez. Oh no. Right? It's like, how long has it been going? Hopefully not that long, and hopefully it's not that much. Yeah, every bench on the class had the gas taps, and they get left on and stuff. Well, even if it is just a case of negligence, it's still, yeah, it still kind of leads to the same thing, right? Potentially leads to the same thing, I should say. We have ads coming in about 30 seconds, so now you know. Even worse in chemistry with the chemicals and such. Oh yeah. Yeah, chemistry is one of the places where you probably want to be following directions closely, right? You mix the wrong things together and you could create some very, very dangerous things. You know, you put them together in the wrong order, you put them together in the wrong quantities. Yeah, things could go south. Could go south pretty fast. Then again, even if you weren't messing with chemicals, there were other classes where you would probably want to be careful anyway. Like, if you ever took physics class, that's its own can of worms, right? Because you might not be messing with chemicals anymore, but now you're going to be playing with a lot of moving parts, right? You know, obviously they're going to try to make them as safe as possible, but, you know, kids being kids, if they can hurt someone with a thing, they'll probably find a way, one way or another. Intentionally or otherwise. Oh yeah, and the electricity part too, yeah. Oh my god, when you start learning about circuits and stuff, it's like, okay. No water! And also make sure you plug everything and respect the rules of electricity and all that. You know, you end up short-circuiting something and things could go awry very, very quickly. God, you're so close to tier 9 in road racing. One more, and we'll probably have it in the bag. But we are closer to a street racing a bit, so
Turn around
we'll do that
when
one
it is
next.
safe to do so.
It's like right around the corner, practically.
At the roundabout, take the first exit.
Hey, it's a nice change of pace. 'Cause, we haven't been to the city too much. So why not? Why not just do a day in the city, right?
You have arrived at your destination.
I mean, you gotta do that as part of like a holiday getaway. You gotta hit up a city in another country. Just see how things are different in other parts of the world. So you gain a bit of perspective, yeah? Let's take this. Let's take this one. I think this is like my preferred another model of this car is like my preferred off-road car of choice in the Cruise series, both in 2 and Motorfest. But you know what the science classes, one thing I have remembered the most from science classes, incidentally, is maybe tangentially related to science, but if I remember, it was like a middle school science class. We were doing a lab as usual, right? And we had the book lesson on it beforehand, so we knew how the procedure and how the experiment was supposed to go normally, but you know, when I did the experiment myself, I ended up getting like a different result. Think of it as something like, you know, you put like a certain chemical in water or some other liquid, and it's supposed to turn a certain color, right? Like say green, but for some reason I was always getting like pink. So since I saw pink, that's what I put down in my notes, right? I got pink as a result. Now I was thinking, well, I guess if I don't get full marks for this lab, it is what it is, right? And then I get the notes back later, and I happen to have full marks. And then the teacher was like, you know, folks, when you're doing experiments, you just gotta record what you see, right? Even if what you see isn't what you expect to see, that's just what you gotta put down. And you know, that lesson's kind of stuck with me, right? It's like, even if your mind, it says this isn't the way things go, well, what you're seeing is different, so you just gotta make note of it. Maybe someone else can make heads or tails of it later, right? Don't try to cover it up, because that might lead to complications later, right? Anyways, I don't know why, but that moment always stuck with me. Did I have to draw out a diagram of my experiments and stuff? Not really. I think for most of my experiments, all we had to do was, like, say, write down the summary of the experiment we were doing, and then write the hypothesis, you know, the thing we expected to happen, and then put down our procedure. It was like, you know, the steps we took to try to reach our conclusion, and then record the conclusion, which was like, okay, so this is the results we got. That was kind of like the extent of what we had to do for our notes. printed diagrams, although I could see why some people would want you to draw diagrams, right? Because having that sort of visual representation of your setup can be helpful if you need to figure out one way or another how things might have turned out, right? Label everything, yeah. Right, just record, right? It's like make documentation of everything you do, because it might come in handy later. Never know. You got to write a title, procedure, draw a diagram of what you did, and a results section. Ah. So it's like pretty similar. I mean, apart from the lack of the diagram. Oh, sequined running shorts. Hey, remember when we talked about dolphin shorts earlier?
Boom! The marathon.
Ah, we did it.
Street race we've ever done. So, are you in?
Okay, so it's a street racing championship. All right. So I guess all we gotta do now is focus on road races, and then we can do those championships, right?
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
So the other direction. The city was the other way. It's one thing you ought to be careful about with like the back roads driving, right? At least driving where you're on like long stretches of road. If you miss that one turnoff point, it might be a while before you get another one. At least one that will take you closer to your destination. Right, go the wrong way, it can end up adding 30 minutes to that trip if you're really careless.
At the roundabout, take the first exit. In 400 yards, turn right. Turn right.
They're like our back roads, super narrow ditches on either side and a lot of farmland. A lot of single lane with passing places. Pretty similar around here, yeah. A lot of back roads around here are also very much of that single lane variety.
Turn left.
Definitely twisty and turny, and very few places to pull off if
Turn left.
you happen to get lost, right? You need to turn around, well, you better hope you find a driveway or a drive-in somewhere. And yeah, depending on where you go, you could find a spot where they have like the designated passing
You have
lane.
arrived at your destination.
It's like, only go on this lane if you're looking to pass, and you better be good at speeding up if you choose to do so. It's either that, or if it's like a hill, they'll usually go into two lanes. It's like slower cars go on the other lane, or maybe it's a passing lane. I forget how it goes. It's been a while since I've driven back roads that included a hill. Prime places for boy racers, yeah. Out in the middle of nowhere, yeah, absolutely. Like, if anyone tries to catch you, you'll probably be long gone, right? Yeah, I could never. I could never do like high-speed racing in real life. I already get fancy driving fast on a regular commute. Right, going like 70 miles per hour already has me on edge. I couldn't do like even 90, much less over 100. I'm like that person who's like, whatever the speed limit is, I'll go 10 miles per hour over it, and not that much faster. might even be just like speed limit if the weather is inclement, as it should be, right? In fact, it should probably even be slower. At least from what I've learned, like rule of thumb is like if it's raining or something, usually want to go like 5 or 10 miles per hour slower than the speed limit. That's how you rode off your first car, binned it in a ditch. Oh. You certainly learn your lesson very quickly from that, I imagine, though. Yeah, it's one of those where you pass your test and you think you know it all. Again, right? Like imagine kids at when that point when they get their license. Again, like at that period that period where maybe the consequences center hasn't been completely developed, so get a bit more in over their heads than they might think. Catching these fellas is something else. Well, it's only the second lap. There's still plenty of time to close the gap. I think this is like part of the reason why I try to live in places that has at least a decent public transport network. Because that's like one less thing I have to worry about, right? Because then all I have to do is just worry about, okay, so how do what schedules do I need to pay attention to, right? It's like, okay, so I need to leave my place at this time so I can catch the bus at this time. And then when I get there, I have this much time to go around and do the things I need to do before I need to catch the bus at this time to come back. Depending where I go, I might need to throw in a trains trip or two as well. Right? Maybe if I need to go like really long distances, then I can just like plan things out that way. One thing I do want to do is just like take a longer train ride. I don't know, it seems like that would be fun to do. Just like watch the countryside go by while you're just kind of enjoying do your casual ride. Maybe if I ever get a trip
final
to
round
like
of Horizon Road Racing Series. After this, I have something a little different in mind.
Aw, man.
Something bigger.
Not the road championship yet. We're still doing more of those. Okay, that's fine. Of course, they take me out of the city for that. Pretty regular in this town. The local buses are like every 10 minutes. Oh man.
200 yards.
That's pretty convenient, actually.
Turn sharp right. In 100 yards, turn right. You have arrived at your destination.
Like, I think the shortest time gap that I've been around for a bus to come around was like maybe 30 minutes. And that was, of course, during the work week when people would probably need buses to come around that often. Trains to the city were every 15 minutes. Man. And a well-oiled machine going there, goddamn. Although actually I think trains at least weren't that infrequent. Although again, it was usually during the weekdays, which the schedule would be a bit tighter, right? The train that goes across the Rockies looks like a good trip. Ooh yeah, something like that. That would be pretty neat. I was thinking that if I managed to get a Japan trip in one day, maybe I could enjoy the high-speed rail they have there, and then lament that we don't have anything like that in the States. After 6 p.m., the buses are every 20 to 30 minutes. Well, that makes sense, right? And you just gotta account for how many people might need it, and not as many people need it, and well, you don't need buses that often. Still, 20 to 30 minutes is pretty convenient if you want to do some nightlife stuff, right? At least you wouldn't have to do something like I did, where I think there was like one place I lived in where there was like a big event going down, but it was really late at night. So I tried to ask around my friends who lived there to see if any of them would have any room for that night. Unfortunately, no one did, so since public transport was pretty much dried out by that time, I was like, well, I guess I will have to just miss it. But that's how it goes sometimes, right? Used to have night buses for people leaving nightclubs. The super late night bus. I guess it's like in Japan, where the last train was always a big deal, right? It's like you could stay out at night, but you know, we want to make sure you don't stay out so late that you miss the last train and you just end up having to find a room or just like go wander about town until morning. That's right, Hummer. You can't beat me on a straightaway. We see a big fancy circular thing there. I imagine they have checkpoints peppered around so I can't just try to cheat my way around it. Oh, they have barriers too. I forgot this is the sanctioned Horizon race, so they would have the route set up for us, right? Been there many a time in the city after a night out, missed the last train and end up sleeping in the station. Oh, boy. Yeah. I don't know if I can handle that. I feel like if I especially stayed out like late at night, I paid extra attention to the train schedules and stuff to make sure I was out of there, right? Out of there before, you know, train service ended for that night. Yeah, first train isn't until 6 a.m. Yeah, we have like that sort of trains period as well. You missed it. Well, either find a room or roam about town, and good luck with the latter part. We're level 85, so like halfway to get to business. Oh, wow. Took us down here. Good going. There's actually a few road races for us to catch here, so... Yeah, we can do this one, and then we can loop back around and hit up that other road race.
I have an extremely
yo.
credible report of a classic car abandoned in this area. Well, actually, I heard it from some old bloke in a poncho. But still, give it a go, eh?
And it's gonna turn out to be true. And you know what? It actually works out, because... You know, with the way these new road races are laid out, we'll probably make our way over there anyway, so... Cool! Why we ended up having designated drivers, oh yeah! That's the one thing about me. Whenever I'm with the group, I can always be your designated driver, because I'm not that much of a drinker. Actually, I don't drink alcohol at all. Just, I don't enjoy the taste of it, that's all. No personal grudge against alcohol or anything.
In 400 yards, turn right.
Can't stand beers and lagers. Same here! I remember trying to sip beer and I was just like, ugh! Everyone always says the same thing, you get used to it, or it's not about the beer, it's about the company. I'm like, you know, I don't want to get used to it, and also I can enjoy company without having to drink this exceedingly bitter liquid, you know? It's like, man, if I wanted a fizzy drink, I'll just drink soda or something. Man. What? Hello, Zia Mirka. Welcome. Thanks for checking it out. Give me a good spirit any day or cocktail. Yeah. Give me an non-alcoholic drink. I'm usually cool with that. What am I? I am currently a pixelated sprite, right? You know, like those old school RPGs. You see, like the chibi fella, right, with the pixelated form. That's me right now. Hi. Also, I will push back on the idea that alcohol is perfect for driving. only in games, right? Only in games. Only drink and video game drive. Don't like actually drink and drive. Just want to put that on the record. I do not endorse that. Okay, you know what? Let's drive a James Bond car. Let's drive the BMW Z8, shall we? Drunk GT is always a challenge. I've seen a handful of streams where people do like drunk truck simulator. And that's always a fun time. Because, you know, normal truck simulator is already a hoot. But, you know, you add inebriation into it, and things go off the rails pretty fast, metaphorically and literally. Yeah, in-game. There you go. Fell asleep during an endurance race. Oh, no. Wait, is that a gun? Yeah. Well, so it's like a James Bond vehicle, right? So you gotta imagine there's like just extra armaments on there. Kind of fun though how they modeled those, even though you're reasonably probably only going to see them in like those pre and post race scenes, and maybe like the car explode part and at the garage and the homes also. You've probably seen there as well. I remember back as a kid just being really excited about vehicles with all sorts of extra doodads on them, because like, oh, isn't that rad? A car with a missile launcher, that's really cool. And it still is, you know, conceptually. In-game. Or you know, like a car that can turn into a submarine or an airplane at a moment's notice, right? Just cars doing cool, uncar-like things. That was a noisy hoot for me. Yeah, the Lotus Esprit that you can make into the James Bond submarine. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. I guess this is like the one thing I'm slightly disappointed that we didn't get the James Bond cars back for Horizon 5. Although I imagine negotiating a license for this was probably a lot of work, so. If only they had the skills that his Aston Martin had. Yeah, ultimate drift. Totally bring that, y'all. The duality of me. Unintentional cool drifts, and then the rest of the time I just kind of throw myself into a wall. Good thing those walls are very unmovable. Yeah, they need to have a word with the council to get off their backside and grit these roads, yeah. And people traveling on these, their livelihoods depend on it. Not make these conditions unsafe for our workers. Just imagine all the lost revenue the businesses will have to contend with. Another race in the bag. Oh, we got ads coming in there too. Gonna win a chicken dinner. Ever so closer to the next tier of road races. Alright, let's see where we are. Could go over here, although that will take me all the way up here. Just do this one that's gonna take me all around and then over here, which will put me kind of close to the barn find. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, have to manually exit.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Probably the same council that has to put the scenery and props back in after you decimated them. Yeah, they had to put all their budget towards that. No more budget left for road salt. I have become their scapegoat.
In 400 yards, turn left.
It's like this Azure person is a menace. They're going around and causing untold amounts of property damage. They're the reason why your taxes are so high.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Ow. Thank you so much for the follow, Zia Miriga.
Recalculating route. 200 yards.
Actually, it'd be like
Turn
Zia
right.
Miruka, right? Alright, it's just gonna... Okay, there we go. Got across the creek. That's what matters. Ads.
Turn around when it is safe to do
Dilly-dally a
so.
bit before we enter the next stage of Horizon racing here.
In 400 yards, turn right.
Any questions to go through? And address them as soon as we are out of ads.
Turn right.
So I can putz around and look for this board, or maybe not, because it's like right here. They call it influence here. I forget what they call it in Horizon 5. I think they just call it
Turn
experience
around
there.
when it is safe to do so.
And then Horizon 3, I think they called it followers? I'm pretty sure Horizon 2 is just experience because progression is a different thing there.
In 200 yards, you will arrive at your destination. You have arrived at your destination.
We got returned from ads. Welcome back. Get the trucks out. Azure's at it again. Get the flatbeds with the replacement props and fences ready. My most expensive car in the game. I can sort this. We have here 5 million. So yeah, this is it right here. The Mercedes-Benz Super Sport Kurz Barker Roadster and C-Type 1953 Jaguars. It's one of these two. My favorite car, Lamborghini. It's mostly an aesthetics thing. Most expensive is the Maserati 8 CTF at 10 million credits. So you have a decision to make there. Do you want to get a property, or do you want to get a Maserati 8 CTF? I mean, I think the choice is pretty clear, right? Where else are you gonna be able to buy a whole ass castle? Like, seriously, man. Right, I need to pick a vehicle for the road race. Let me go with this one, the Civic Coupe GRC. Rally Monster. Probably a good thing for the snowy roads, am I right? The big delivery too. Orange, light blue, white. It's a good color combo. 50 million Bamber Castle would be perfect to host parties and stuff. Oh man. You'd definitely be the talk of the town if you were able to host a party at a castle, man. If nothing else, people would at least be able to say, I got the party in a castle. How rad is that? Speeding. Excuse me, coming through. Azure Con there. Actually be super fitting. Let's get ourselves like a whole adventure theme going. This feels like one of the VTuber things to do, right? Just like fire up a personal Minecraft server. That'd probably be like one of the things I do once I do my live tweeting Everyone likes a good personal Minecraft server. Make a convention space in there. Build out the whole castle convention center and work our way from there, right? As long as we continue to get support for like the Minecraft that has mod support, not the one by Microsoft that has all the DLC instead. They both have their advantages and disadvantages, but the moddable one probably would speak better to what most people want to do, right? Reminds me of a thing I saw on Twitter where someone put up a meme that was like, when you want to go to a certain Minecraft world, but you don't have the $10 to afford to go to it, and then someone just like responded to it and was like, back in my day, we just modded it in. Right, we didn't have to pay $10 to get a special set of textures and models and stuff. Just made it. Alternatively, could have AdgerCon in, oh yeah, VR chat. Could probably pick a world to have it in. Although, I'm beginning to wonder, like, how much would it cost to get a whole custom one? And I imagine it wouldn't be cheap. I imagine you'd probably have to shell out a good amount of money to get people who would be able to put out a good quality work in a good time frame. At that point, I should probably just like work towards a 3D model first, right? Oh man, a live 2D is already pretty rad enough, but man, getting a 3D version of my VTuber character, that would be sure would be something else. Although definitely details I would have to hash out, but you know, cross the bridge when I come to it and all that good stuff, right? There's a whole FurryCon each year in VRC. Ah, yeah, that works out, right? That actually works out pretty well, I imagine. I mean, I know there are like certain other cons that have like a virtual space go up in somewhere, but sometimes it's like in VR chat, other times it's like in other places. I remember Second Life being used to be like a popular spot for kind of setting up virtual real life world analogs. Alright, one more road race and then we can open up the end game. Actually, since this one is taking us back out, maybe we should just do the barn find first. Yeah, we'll do the barn find, then we'll hit the race, and then we'll nab those championships. A lot of cons will have a VRC live stream so you can watch. They'll have cameras set up so avatars can see what's going on. That sounds pretty neat. When I think about it, back when I used to go to cons, I think some booths were kind of doing a form of that. Granted, not in VRC, but they were like live streaming from their booths, like, you know, just like live from the show floor, and of course you would have people gathered around it to say, "Hi, I'm on the internet." It was pretty fun. It was a fun time. Just give the viewers a bit of the taste of the con weirdness, right?
In
400 yards, turn right. Turn right.
Alright. We're here. Time to look for the barn. Find. Break out the drone. Nope. That's just a dock. You know, in another game, there would be a boat in here that the main characters would have to ride away on. That'd be like something straight out of Uncharted, really. Oh, wait. Huh. Well, that didn't take long. Just looked into it. Looks straight out of Far Cry 5. You know, it kind of does. Yeah. I started Far Cry 5 like a really long time ago, but I never got around to finishing
at your
it.
destination.
I think it was because I got through all the way. I got all the way through Far Cry 4, and Far Cry 5 kind of felt like more of that sort of formula. Let's get this car.
You found it?
Biggest reason
Brilliant.
to play the legend that is
Wait there, I'll be down there
Boomer.
soon.
I did like the companions system. It was a fun idea. I don't know, any sort of game that lets you kind of go around the world with a little bit of a party in your pocket. It's always a fun time, especially if they let you have like more than one companion, right? 2 is usually a good number, especially in a game like that.
I'll drive it back to the garage. Maybe blow some of the grass out of that engine.
Also, if I remember correctly, 5 actually had like a pair of shorts that you could have your character wear, so that was what my character wore while bandying about Montana. Okay.
I knew it. I knew you'd absolutely smash my latest speed traps. Oh man, this is so fun! Want to try some more?
Oh, I didn't even realize I leveled up on speed traps, but cool. Alright, we're gonna go do this road race. Thought it was cool you could have an Ursaring as a companion to all the Peggies. They had quite a few animal companions, so if you really wanted, you could just go around the whole map with your animal buddies. Pretend you were like, the Beastmaster.
Recalculating route.
That was like the thing they kept for New Dawn too, right? Like you could have a whole party of animal companions with you.
In 400 yards, turn left. In 200 yards, turn right. You have arrived at your destination.
You know, the Far Cry I do want to at least go through, maybe, at least just to see how it all began. Far Cry 3, because that was like what kind of established the Far Cry formula from that point forward. Someone like people really dug too, because it was fresh at the time, right? Kind of like the first of its kind, but no. Then they kind of copy pasted it for the next few games. Yeah, I got it in around Far Cry 4, which is why I played through that whole game. Or you know what I could do? I could replay Blood Dragon. I remember having an absolute hoot with that game. It's a shorter one too, so we'd get through that in a fair amount of time. Could pencil that in for like an in-between game during, right in between like the big playthroughs. Maybe one of those. Man, I wish they'd just do like another FPS Blood Dragon game, because they've done so many other Blood Dragon games, but they're all like different genres, I imagine. It's like probably part of the fun, but I don't know. Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon kinda nailed it with the aesthetic and the story and the weapons and everything. I wish they continued in that direction. All we needed was just like Far Cry Blood Dragon 2. That would have been pretty rad. Wow, that's brave using that Funko. I don't know. Kind of looked like a thing that could handle the snow stuff. It's pretty speedy though, so it's got that going for it. Ooh, forgot about this frag. Oh, it's not a road. That's 1,700 horsepower and rear-wheel drive. So if you tap it funny, it's gonna go flying. It's gonna go spiraling out of control. Back. Ow. We're still back. You know what's a thing that has maybe you realize like how much time has passed that happened recently? Dying Light 1 had its 10th anniversary. It had like a big old extravaganza for it and everything appropriately. I think the most surprising part about that thing is Dying Light 1 still getting support, because they announced like a whole DLC pack you could get that has special 10th anniversary related materials. You know, along with like discounting all the games, and I think it was like announced before the 10th anniversary, but they have what did they call it? It was like that interpol between 1 and 2 that's supposed to focus on Kyle Crane after the Dying Light DLC. So you can finally find out what the heck happened to him.
Which leaves us with the 12 best
There we
road
are.
racers of the festival, all competing to be crowned
Road
the new
Racing
Road Racing
Championship.
champion at Horizon. This is the Colossus. Are you ready?
Well, ready as I'll ever be. We'll do the street racing one first, since we did unlock that one first. A lot closer to that one than I thought I would
In
be.
100 yards, turn sharp left.
I think I was like
200 yards.
overcompensating for the road races. Or trying to do like more of the other races, because I thought in my head that I was doing a lot more road races than I thought I was. Or at the very least, I find myself inadvertently focusing on those whenever I do races, right? More road, maybe a bit of street, less of the dirt and cross-country stuff. And then I went in the other direction, and we ended up becoming dirt and cross-country champions first. So I admit, I did read up on this just a little bit, just to see what was coming. Apparently there's like a 5th championship, right? You have one for each racing category, but then there's a 5th one that unlocks when you get to around like tier 20 of the road races, which does mean that even just like doing all the road races won't quite get you there. You might have to repeat races. So I was thinking maybe I should do that off stream. Maybe after tonight, spend a little time racing off stream a bit to get closer to tier 20. And we can do that final championship. And become the grand Horizon champions of the base game. How does that sound? Closing in on the end of our UK holiday here. OMG, now I feel old. It's been 26 years since the OG driver on PS1. Oh man, 26 years? Nah, it can't have been that long. Surely the PS1 only came out in like the last decade, right? Right? Let's do the Silverado. Oh wait, no, this is a street race. What am I doing in a truck? Never mind, I'm gonna quit out of this and pick a more appropriate, street-appropriate vehicle. Actually, can I change vehicles in here? I imagine I can't, considering, you know, they have to determine, you know, the categories and everything, and they have to fill the other spots appropriately. And a drift truck at that. Oh man, I'm just out here making bad decisions all the way through. Whoops. That's okay. We didn't start. We can have a do-over. It's a long race, so I don't want to pick a slower car. Let's filter this out. We'll do down to B. B is the minimum. I do have to remember that there is snow, so I kind of want something that'll help split the difference, right? Oh yeah, I'm seeing rear-wheel drive. Oh! E-Class all-wheel drive. Feel like I gotta. I want to take an Impreza. Midnight Club is 25 this year. Oh. Still remember the Midnight Club 2 playthrough. That was pretty fun. Midnight Club 3 I have on Xbox. So just be a matter of looking that console. You know what the nice thing is? I do have like the next racing playthrough lined up that I want to do. Tokyo Extreme Racer, right? Speaking of old games series, Tokyo Extreme Racer came out like last week and made the hell of a splash. Like, holy crap. Just looking at the reviews like, oh my god, overwhelmingly positive, and then all my friends were like, yeah, I picked this up, and oh my god, this game is so rad, you should pick it up too. And I'm like, oh yeah, I totally will. I'd admit, I was waiting, right? Because, you know, there was a chance that they could have fumbled it, but it looks like they totally didn't fumble it, so, you know. All in. Especially since, they did say they would be raising the price after it gets out of early access, so... Hey, it's getting like an early bird discount. Like, depending on how much the price goes up. I have to imagine, well, it's like $30 right now, so I could see it going to 40, but they might bump it up even higher, depending, right? So, hey, may as well. Alright, so we can go through that and have ourselves some fun there. Be another fun chat game, I imagine. From what I've seen my friends play of it, it's definitely a perfect one of those. 3 Dub Edition Remix was peak Midnight Club for me. I've heard good things about that game. Another one I want to give a go at some point. From the gameplay videos of like the new Tokyo Extreme Racer, it's kind of wild, right? It looks like it just kind of crawled straight out of the early 2000s with the way everything is. Oh, or like the way the handling is and the way the progression works, and just from the way everything looks like it feels, it's very much that sort of era of gaming. I think that's what like people really dig about it. If someone misses that era, it's like you can go right back to it now, right? Some folks who feel like they get it, just get it. Auto Modelista was a good one. That cell shaded style fit well. I remember reading about that in a magazine, right? Speaking of magazines, I remember seeing previews of that and thinking, yeah, that does look pretty cool and unique. Right, cel-shaded cars. It's like I didn't know about like driving anime back then, but these days I can be like, oh yeah, it's like a video game initial D. Yeah, if I remember correctly, that was like the only game in the series, right? The only game that kind of tried to do that style, sort of cel-shaded driving game. Yeah, sadly. You know, I would totally splurge if we got like something in like an open world driving game a la Forza Horizon, but it was cel shaded and everyone was anime style characters. I would be absolutely into that, like even more than I am into Horizon at the moment. That would be kind of incredible, actually. Like, if they kept, like, literally everything else the same, but they added in cel-shaded graphics and anime-style characters, my interest in it would jump, like, 500%. Used a Genshin Impact engine to make an open-world racer. Has Genshin done like a kart racing style minigame yet? It's been out for 4 years. I wouldn't be surprised if they did. You know, open world and racing minigames seem to just go together astoundingly well. Especially if it's open world driving, right? Like, the number of times GTA has like had racing side quests or racing main quests, probably couldn't count them on your hands and toes. Ad break's about to start soon. Rather that than the awkward rhythm missions GTA had. True, at the very least, racing is still focused on driving. Give them that. I think someone needs to make a meme of that one, the arm grab meme. Right, just have like the crew motor fest, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas unexpected lowrider rhythm minigame in the center. That would just fit. That would absolutely just fit. When was Grand Theft Auto 6 supposed to come out again? I think it was like supposed to be fairly soon, right? Like either this year or next year or something. Oh god. The world is gonna stop once that game comes out. 5 has been out for so long. Just gonna have to see how 6 measures up. The fact that Rockstar continued developing online, and that was why 5 did not get any single-player DLC. It's like, it's a shame, because 4 had some pretty good DLC from what I've heard. Even Night in the Woods game has rhythm sections. I remember seeing someone stream that, and I was like, huh. Yeah. At least it makes sense in context of Night in the Woods, right? Because they're all doing like a garage band jam session, so tracks there. Five has seen what, 4 or 5 console gens? Yeah, plus all of it. Yeah, unfortunately, it's not like story expansions. It's all just like, oh yeah, you can get a head start on the online portion of the game. Then again, apparently that was what was like making Rockstar the big bank. So I guess makes sense they would focus there. It was kind of funny because I remember like the story was about you being like a small fella, right, coming into Los Santos. Imagine 10 years later, you're just like this absolute nightmare of a fella who probably owns multiple properties, tons of aerial vehicles, an armory large enough to level the entire city to the ground if you probably wanted to, and then some. Yeah, Night in the Woods does have LGBTQ representation, quite a bit of it. Alright, characters of all sexualities, genders, and done in like a pretty tasteful way too, right? It's not like they're being mean about it or anything like that. I mean, like, 2 of the main cast are, like, together, right? They're in a relationship. The 2 guys are in a relationship. Yeah, they are, yeah. That was pretty cool. A cute game overall. I know. Also, very real. Like, I don't know. Something about just a tale of a person who drops out of college because it kind of became too much for her. And you go back to town, right? You go back to your hometown. It's just like, oh man.
Yes! Okay, breathe, Jay. Just breathe. Yeah. No, that was that was all right, I guess.
I admire your restraint in situations like these. Is that a glove I saw? Yeah, that was a glove. green leather glove. I do want to play Night in the Woods. I have that on my list of things that I will play.
To tell you that last
in
night's
the future.
marathon was one of your most incredible drives yet, I'd have to know about it, which I don't. So I won't.
Well, thanks for looking
Telling
the other
you,
way.
You better come on down and get your Jag, or I'm taking it.
Nah, you're not gonna take it. The game won't let you. Besides, I got a road racing championship to
In
get to the
400
top
yards,
of here.
turn right.
So you'll have to excuse me.
Turn right.
Oh. On the indie front, there is one case that came out that was perhaps a bit of a sobering moment. Because the folks that worked on Celeste, they were working on the next
In
game.
400 yards.
It was called Earthblade, and it seemed kind of fascinating, but they actually came out not too long ago and said that they were canceling the project. It's kind of funny, because they parted on, like, mostly amicable terms, right? They just realized that they were kind of getting in over their heads, perhaps falling to the curse of spectacle creep, right? The idea that their next game always had to be bigger and better than the last one they made, and it ended up consuming them, right? So I guess this was just like the thing they had to do, right? Just let it go and go their own way, maybe
Turn left.
get back to working on something that they can be motivated to finish.
Turn left.
That's always a thing that takes a lot of courage, I think, right?
You have arrived at your destination.
Knowing when to walk away, right? Knowing when it's time to throw in the towel and maybe put your efforts towards something else. You know, sunk costs and all that. Better to cut loose now rather than try to hang on to that sinking ship even longer and wasting even more time in the process, right? In any case, I hope they all managed to put out something good, right? now they've kind of refigured out their path. Hopefully they'll be able to get back to doing what they love. Perhaps we can always wonder what Earthblade could have been if things had been different. Oh well. Thing about games like those is, like, even if that game ends up getting shelved, you might see parts of it appear in future games, right? It's like how Overwatch was based off of a canceled MMO, right? They just went and repurposed parts of that. Who knows? Maybe we'll see some ideas of Earthblade show up in future games by those folks, right? Alright, I think for the big race, maybe I'll just stick with, we'll just go with the Lambo. The Aventador. This is what I'll use to take on the Colossus. Oh yeah, gonna get it on. What? Still pictures to take of supercars or hypercars. Oh, quite a few of them. And granted, I only took pictures of, like, okay, yeah, we're not even a third of the way there, so gonna be plenty of cars to take pictures of. Just whether the game decides to serve them up for that race or not. have the benefit of barriers to help us along the way. Not gonna go flying. At least we're less likely to go flying. Oh, I can't believe it. I actually managed to hit that checkpoint. Yeah! That's right, me abusing the checkpoint detection system. Hey, it's fine, they cheat too, so might as well try to step as far out as I can while still staying within the boundaries. I was just gonna say, how did you get that hitbox on that checkpoint? I was pretty shocked by that too. I thought for sure that was going to be a miss, but I guess I must have just happened to drift the right way. Oh wow, that was already a quarter of the race. Granted, we are a minute and a half in, so it'll still be a fairly long one. And you know what I haven't done like any of at all in this game? Drag races. And as luck would have it, Drag Race does have its own championship as well, so probably have to do a few of those. Yeah, Drag Race being what it is, there aren't too many places which you can get a proper drag race done. It's usually like 1 or 2 locales, maybe 3. I see. Okay. Actually, more than I was expecting. That'll be nice. It'll be nice for a change of scenery, at least. I said this on Twitter, but I want to see like a return to that sort of slot car style drag race that we had in Need for Speed Underground and Most Wanted 2005. I think that hit like the right mix of the sort of needing to pay attention to the timing of your shifts and needing to pay attention to the road too, because you need to swerve out of the way of the vehicles and making sure you manage your boost as well. It made for a very different feel, and I don't know, kind of dug how it had a different style to it. Oh, you weren't a fan of those. Yeah, I mean, also very much a thing of trial and error, right? Might be some cases where suddenly an obstacle will pop into your view, but it's too late to get around it, so oh no, you wiped out, you lost a race. Now you're gonna have to retry and make sure you remember what happens there. And yeah, the fact that there is a lot to pay attention to can be overwhelming. Not to mention it being just like a very, very different style of racing from the regular races in the Need for Speeds. Yeah, you did enjoy the autocross events. That's one thing I wish more racing games did. It's like different race modes. Give me something like the Grid 2 campaign where you had all the variety of modes. Even if most of them did amount to be first, right? Drive as fast as you can and be ahead of everyone else. At least gave a bit of difference. And then they did have that one truly unique mode where you had to overtake as many
That was
opposing
amazing.
vehicles as possible.
I don't think
that
Rebecca
was
could have
pretty
found
cool.
a better road racer if she tried. So, tell me, how does it feel to be Horizon's new road racing champion?
It feels pretty good, to be honest. The winner. Got a hot hand. Ow. You know, that's another thing I could do off stream. I could just, like, go find all 50 of the fast travel boards. Just smack them around. We've done a lot of traveling around the world map. Really good idea of what everything's like, right? There we go. Woo! We did it. We're champions in all 4 of the divisions. Now we all gotta do is, like, become the big champion of the big race. Okay, I can filter them out, right? Oh. Yeah, I guess
Turn
since I
around.
haven't started
It is safe to
the
do
whole
so.
drag race thing, I would have to go there first. Well, this will be over in a cinch. Like, drag races don't last all that long anyway. Ha! And those kart races when the parts exploded all over. Just so many parts, so much debris. Look at our particle system.
200 yards. Turn right.
Isn't it cool?
Turn right. At the roundabout, take the second exit.
Go straight. There's no stakes here, so I could just bound across through the woods, but take ourselves a little bit of a leisurely drive. And who knows, maybe some bonus sports will uncover themselves along the way. Probably not, though. I wonder what the criteria is for that. Do you just have to get close, or do you have to be close to it for a certain amount of time? So you can see it going both ways, right? It could just let you uncover it just by driving around the world, or do I want to make sure you're actually trying to actively seek it out and not just uncover things willy-nilly, right? I think it's just if you're close, it'll appear. Huh, okay. That would make sense.
In 400 yards, turn right.
It'll be slightly bit more work to require a certain amount of time to be near an object in order to uncover
In
it.
200 yards, turn right.
Maybe more trouble than it's worth.
Turn right.
It's like, do we really need to keep it a secret that much?
Turn left.
Probably not.
Turn left.
And yeah, some of them are in real troll places. So you'd have to be actively hunting them out anyway, so
In 400
might
yards,
as well just
turn left.
put it on the map and let the players know it's there,
Turn left.
and let the players know if they've already hit it or not.
In 400 yards, turn right. Turn right.
So that's not the one we're looking for.
In 400 yards, turn left.
Target is over here.
Turn left.
Always a runway
arrived at your destination.
drag strip. No matter the Horizon game, you can almost count on this. Well, I guess might as well stick with the Aventador. Or actually, I probably could have jumped into Koenigsegg. Alright, we'll do that next drag race. Horizon presents Horizon Festival Drag Strip. Since we're on lower difficulty, this is very much just a case of hold accelerator to win. It's like not even that long. That was like just 10 seconds of our life. Like loading in and out of this race is taking longer. Now I'm going to pretend to be a little kid. Again! Let's do it again! Especially because this is the one drag race and we'll probably need to hit rank 2 to get the next drag location unlocked. You know, we'll rinse repeat until we hit the final drag spot. Hey, we can at least mix up the cars, right? I'll ride the Koenigsegg this time. Second verse, same as the first, aside from the car I'm driving. Ooh. I forgot to do this last time, just take a picture of all the cars. And that's all of them, right? Yeah. Alright, here we go. Oh, okay, some of them are... Why is the one over there, like, suddenly so goddamn fast? What the heck happened? Bro! Was it because I went in and out of the camera mode that, like, fucked with the acceleration? Or is it this car just, like... Did I just bungle it with the car? Well, I thought I would be able to hit it that time, but, you know what they say. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And this time, I won't have to go into photo mode, probably, so maybe we'll actually succeed. We'll see. Holy cow, the way that other car just rocketed all the way to the end there. Rolled up. We're the last one to the starting line. It's like, alright, Azure's finally here. Now we can guess. Okay. It's just the car I'm driving. That's kind of long and short of it. Also, I'll just take a picture of you real quick. You have a camera icon over you. Yeah, there we go. Got that Rimac concept too. Alright, I guess we'll go back to the Aventador. If I want to make any meaningful progress through the drag race track, I'll probably have to use that. Just kind of kicking their butts handily with that one. Typical cheating AI, I know, right? How dare they? I'm pretty sure even if I switched to manual, I wouldn't gain that much of an advantage. Go. Maybe once we hit the next drag strip, we can switch to classic car. You can go back to riding the cyberpunk car for a bit. Yeah, now I get to be the cheater. Oh, wait, I was still second. I mean, I'll still get me a substantial influence. podium finish. I like how they indicate that. Look at that. It's 9, almost 6 times the experience.
The rules behind the Horizon drag strip are simple. If you don't make the grade each round, you'll be eliminated. On that note, you're through to round 2.
More like, if you don't make the grade, you'll just have to keep on racing that race a few more times than you would have normally.
In 200 yards, turn right. Turn right. In 400 yards, turn left. Turn left.
Well, if there are 4 drag races, maybe I'll just work my way through this next race, or next rank, perhaps. Maybe that'll be
In 400 yards, turn right.
I feel like I'm starting to fade a bit, so...
Turn right.
Just wrap this one up.
In 400 yards, turn right.
I guess in the opposite of wrapping things up. I saw that
Turn right.
Beyond Two Souls is getting a TV series.
In 200 yards,
Kind of
turn
an
left.
interesting game to pick to become a
Turn
TV
left.
series, although the fact that
200 yards,
uh,
turn left.
it's produced by
Turn
Elliot
left.
Page, right? And he starred in that game, so I guess if there's a person who would produce Beyond Two Souls TV series, he's a good pick, right? He would be one to know about the source material well, at least, right? Although from what I've heard, the plot's kind of bonkers, so...
I just got another anonymous
What?
call about an abandoned classic. So apparently this is a thing now. I'm into it if you are.
Well, it's along the way, so... Yeah, we can look for that. Ooh, 5:35 a.m. for you. Oh, man. Thanks for sticking around. Hopefully this barn find won't take very long. Hopefully it won't be like the train yard where I was just flying around in circles for a better part of like 20 minutes. I just wanted to uncover that part of the road. Also over here. Man, surprising number of sections of road that are just in the middle, undriven. Nope. Get back to it later. Probably because it was a wide open area and I wasn't exactly focused on staying on the
Turn
road.
around when it is safe to do so.
Just bounding through it like I am here. Pulling it out, I'll do that later. Oh, right, I forgot now we have drag races marked on the map. I should probably fix that. Yeah, we're gonna go here real quick. Taking a slight detour. Hopefully this won't take long.
You have arrived at your destination.
Break out the drone! Be very, very quiet. I'm going barn hunting. here, but no, that's civilization. That is a big open field. These are trees. Oh, it's beside a road, though. Oh, this would be a... Oh, no, that's outside the search area. It's over here, baby. This would be a good spot for a barn. Next to some tracks. Wait! Found it! And it's actually pretty close to another building. You sly fellas, you. I wonder if this barn find will be ready to collect once I'm done with the drag races here. Oh. Where's this bonus for that? No. Up there? Okay, I'll figure out how to get to that later. Return you to your regularly scheduled barn find. Actually, it's not regularly scheduled. There it is.
Got it. Yep,
Oh,
hold
snap.
it right
An
there. I'm
outside
coming.
shot. Transition to the usual inside shot.
What is that thing? Looks like a spaceship or something. I think it's a TVR, but we'll have to get it back and put it together again. Give me a hand.
I kind of like the wrapping. I kind of like that paper that says paint mask on it. So you can tell someone was trying to do like a
See you
sick
down at the
paint
garage
job on
soon.
it, but they gave up partway through. You're so used to seeing that's a spirit of Horizon when you see a barn. Certainly helps that
When it is safe to do so.
Horizon 5 added that whole gift barn buying mechanic. You get gifts from other players. Both a boon and a curse. It's like, oh yeah, you'll get a bunch of duplicate cars, but you can also give away all your duplicate cars to other people. They'll eventually probably come back around to you, but hey. That's the circle of card gifting, I imagine, right? It moves us all. Well, it moves the cars, at least. It moves them around from person to person. And eventually, there might be someone who will hang on to them for the sake of hanging on to them, right? I have lost several races in a row. Yeah, I did get my butt kicked in those drag races, didn't I? Whoopsie. Alright, let's see how this goes. Wow. It's a longer race. Oh, wait. No, I'm losing. What the heck? I should have moved over there and blocked them. Should have blocked them. Alright, let's see how far on the progress bar this gets us. Pretty far, actually. Alright. Should just call it the Horizon Recycle Bin. Yeah, pretty much was that, wasn't it? I mean, occasionally you'll get, like, the pretty rad car in there, but... You know, for the newbie players, obviously an absolute boon, but yeah. Someone who's been around the block, it's like, well, it's another thing. It's just another thing, right? Okay. So now we have to see who's trying to pull ahead of us, and then we pull over and block them. And then watch as we totally lose speed and have everyone else overtake us. And just leads us to the conclusion that, you know, you try so hard in your pursuit of revenge that you end up losing yourself in the process. But in this case, we totally kicked their asses, so... Haha, suck it! That's just salt in the wounds. We noticed you've lost some races, one of lower difficulty. I mean, it is the opposite of, hey, we noticed you've been kicking ass in these races as of late. You want to dial it up a bit?
Check you out. Well, you're through to the next round. Where did you learn to race like that? Misspent youth, perhaps?
Wow. Rude. I could just be, like, good at racing, you know? Alright. Well, we'll leave the back half of the racing saga for later. Okay.
Turn around.
Hey, it's not gonna take us
Safe
that
to
much
do
longer
so.
to progress through this track, I
Recalculating
imagine,
route.
but
In 100 yards. Turn
all the
left.
more reason it's fine to just kind of leave it there for now. But yeah, I will probably
200 yards.
go
Turn
and
right.
do more of the road racing dealios offline or off stream. Because from what I've read, there's like
In 400
another
yards.
championship that
Turn
unlocks at like really high road race ranks. So I'm gonna get close to that.
In 400
I
yards.
guess next week might
Turn
be
left.
the last Forza Horizon 4 stream for a while. Right, we'll be able to reach like at least some semblance of a conclusion if we get all the base championships under our belt.
In 200 yards. Turn left. In 200 yards. Turn left.
I do want to do Fortune Island, and I'm actually willing to do Lego Valley. Right, we'll do another one of those. If you were here since the very early days, you might remember that I played through Lego Speed Champions very, very early on, but I could do that again.
In 400 yards.
That
Turn
might be fun
left.
to do.
Turn left.
Kira needs a Coke in the face for that shadiness. Talk about being snidey.
Turn around when it is safe to
Yeah,
do so.
misspent youth. Come on. You're being a little bit mean there, aren't you?
In 200 yards. Turn right.
Is this why they got a different boss for Horizon Festival Mexico? No, I'm
In 400 yards. Turn right.
kidding. No, I'm just that damn good. I know, right?
In 200 yards.
I know cars. I know cars like the back of my
Turn
hand.
right. In 200 yards. Turn left. Turn left. In 400 yards. Turn right. Turn right. You have arrived at your destination.
Here we go. Back inside our warm and cozy house. I don't think we started at Kingfisher Cottage, but this is where we'll wrap things up, right? Let's get our barn find cars. Let's see what they have to say about them.
So I did some research. Apparently, this used to be owned by a very wealthy local with a habit of misplacing items. It was this habit that led to this poor E-Type being left in a barn after the keys for it were lost. Instead of trying to find the keys, he just bought another.
God damn. That's like, man, don't even pay for a locksmith now. We'll just get a whole ass new car. That's when you have more money than sense. And the Range Rover, 1973. Oh, man.
So the head gasket was blown and the engine block was warped, but she's running nicely now. What do you say? Shall we get out there?
Ow. Huh. No remarks or history about that? No, that's fine. So we have 2 more cars being repaired. Another 2 barn finds that have yet to be discovered. Yeah. Everything's kind of reaching a climax here, isn't it? Yeah, drag strip. Yep. 2 more race events to unlock here, and everything else is just sweet rewards. And oh right, yeah. The road track. Yeah, you can see the progress here, right? All the way up to tier 20. So yeah, got a bit of a way to go. I'll try to do some of this progression offline. Oh, okay, so the last barn find, I need to own the castle. Alright. Well. Oh, yeah, I'm a really long ways away from getting that, so... I guess... we'll see what happens, right? But... yeah... It's been a pretty good, fulfilling night. We got through a whole episode of Top Gear, where road racing, street racing champs, and made a little progress in the drag scene. So next week, we'll put a nice little bow on things, at least on the racing events side, right? We'll go ahead and show everyone who is the best racer in Horizon Festival UK, and show everyone why we became the superstar in Forza Horizon 5. But for now, I think I will go ahead and call it here. Yeah. Thanks to everyone who came by and hung around and chatted and came in for the first time and followed. And even if you just lurked, I appreciate each and every one of you. Have a good night. Yeah, you have yourself a good morning, Molecular Shadow Fox. Have a good start to your day. I hope it goes super well for you. As for me, I will be back on Friday, where we will wrap up Serious Sam Siberian Mayhem. And I can tell you for sure that I will wrap it up that night, because it's also going away on Game Pass that night, so I pretty much only have that night to finish it. Luckily, we only have 2 chapters to go, so even if they happen to be longer chapters because of just rule of progression, hopefully I'll be able to make it under the clock. That would be the biggest bummer if I were like in the middle of playing it and suddenly this window just pops up and says your availability period for the game has expired or something. Like, how does that even work? Like, if you're in the middle of a game and then the game goes off of Game Pass, did he just like kick you out of it? That would kind of suck. I'm sure someone's probably done that before. Maybe I could just read up on it. Alright, well, in any case, let's look for someone to raid, right? We can cross that bridge when we come to it. If we have to cross that bridge. Hopefully we won't have to cross that bridge. That's a bit of a risky bridge to cross, right? It's gonna... yeah, you know what? We'll just have the menu music play in the background again. Alright. Switch things up, because we've been doing a lot of Sunrise, and, you know, that tune slaps, but... well, you can always have something different, you know? You know? Alright. Who is on? I do have, like, a slight idea of maybe who I want to raid, depending on if they're on or not. It might not be, right? Let us see. Some other folks on here that maybe I raid into as well, but I don't know if they're wrapping up or not. Ah, okay. The person I was thinking of raiding into is offline. That's fair. This means we'll find someone else. You know, when I last looked at Forza Horizon 4 tag, I noticed... Yeah, there's like a handful of people playing it. Fortunately, I think I'm like the only VTuber streaming Forza Horizon 4, so... Unlike last time, I guess. We'll be able to raid into someone. Playing Forza Horizon 4 this time. Now, I've seen the word goon be thrown around a lot more. Then again, that's because I learned that goon now has certain additional connotations attached to it. It's like, man, I swear, we're gonna reach like some sort of saturation point on the internet where like literally any word could be taken in a lewd direction, right? It's gonna be like you say something and then someone's gonna be like, ah, horny, right? Ah. Oh yeah, like then the new Pokemon trading card game Pocket expansion is supposed to drop, I think, either today or tomorrow. My sister is like super excited for it. We're like super into that game. I have to admit, I'm like into that game too, so we've been just swapping details and stories with each other. It's been a fun time. I don't know. Things are just more fun when you can have, like, when you also know other people who are into it as well. It gives me a bit more incentive to play that game, right? Although I'm mostly in it for the collection aspect. Anytime they have the event that's like, hey, you can get yourself a special emblem if you win multiplayer battles, I'm like, well, okay, that's fine. Those are emblems that I will not bother with. Forget that. I have other things I can do, like play Naraka Blade Point and grind in the Crew 2 and Motorfest. Yeah! I mean, hey, if other people want to go for those emblems, more power to them. I just have no interest in getting them. Alright. I think I might have found someone. Alright. Might have found someone. Finally. We'll see if they have raids open. Okay, it looks like they do. So, raid message is going to be... here. Here, we'll go with like the technically true raid message. Road Champs Raid! That'll be our raid message. And our raid target is going to be Minerva BDVT. They're playing Sulfur. Hey, yeah. Remember when I played that game way back in August? Thank God, absolutely freaked the fuck out by it. Looks like they've made some good progress in there, so why don't we give them our support? The game is still cool, it's just, oh. Yeah. Anyways, if you're joining in on the raid, give them a Road Champs raid, and if not, have a good rest of your week, and I'll see you on Friday for the conclusion of Serious Sam Siberian Mayhem. Take care. So, yeah, for some reason my Stream Deck is, like, not working anymore, so I gotta, like, press buttons manually. Which probably means a lot of the markers I intended to mark probably haven't been marked. Great! Picking out a short for next week is gonna be fun. Alright, see ya.